Why am I introducing these buffoons? I'm William Shatner, goddammit.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Morning.
Who'd have loved the Shatner intro on the show like that? That is killer.
Isn't that great?
Fucking great, man. I'm William Shatner, damn it. Like, you're damn right he is. Why the fuck are you introducing us?
Well, because Larry King did.
Yep.
And other big-time celebrities.
Yes.
Stacy Keach, thank you, E-Rock.
Television
fucking
dignitaries. The big television stars like your Stacy Keach and your Shatner.
I'm sad.
What's the problem?
They're kicking my people out of Zuccotti Park.
Oh, the Zuccotti. Oh, it's fucking melting your mouth. The way my mother used to make the Zuccotti, with the breadcrumbs.
Saint on earth, God bless her.
God bless her. Zuccotti, she mixed it up with the galagal.
You put a little bit on in there.
A little abargouche.
My mother would make the Zuccotti. It was like it would park itself on your tongue and live there. Thank you, dumbbells.
Park itself on amazing.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, my people have to go. And they're my people because I love fucking filming them because it's just it's a great show down there.
The freak show.
New York is getting rid of a great show.
You know,
let's not look at this as a political event,
right?
And look at it as a great show. And the mayor and everybody else has figured it's time to get these people the fuck out of here.
You know what? I was never able to really separate it from the political connotation that it has attached to itself. Mm-hmm. But when you do that and just say, all right, fuck the politics.
Right.
It is hysterical.
Oh, it's
and
great.
It's like one of those things where it's like, go down there and just watch him be all freaky. But now they're ending it.
When is this going down?
Showdown Opie is
7 o'clock?
7 o'clock Eastern time.
Okay, so let's get into this quickly. Occupy Wall Street. These protesters, they've been hanging out in Zuccotti Park.
Zuccotti, my money.
Delicious. You put a little barouche on it.
You mix it up. It's even better the second day. When it's like I got a chance to marinate in a fridge, you take it out, you heat it up all marron.
And my mother would say, Papa, what's a Zuccotti? Where's the barouche to put on it?
The music.
So, they figured it out.
Yeah,
basically.
they finally figured this one out. The police commissioner, the mayor, is saying that at 7 o'clock, everyone's got to get the fuck out of the park so they could clean it.
But now the park is privately owned, and it seems like the guy that owns the park...
He's had it.
I don't think so.
He's saying he's had it.
Oh,
There's
really?
There's a letter that says he's had it.
Okay.
And here's the deal.
But you think it's some of that bullshit that we've seen over the years where all of a sudden he felt the pressure from the mayor, like, look, man...
Might have.
We gotta figure this shit out.
He might have.
And now they're on board together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It could be, but here's the deal. The mayor and the police commissioner are saying, look, the cops aren't going to come in and start chasing people out of there.
Yeah.
The actual owner of the park has his own people. You know, like building security and stuff like that. So they're going to go in. And the workers that they have to clean the park up.
Yeah.
And then the police are there to preserve the peace.
Oh, boy. This is going to get ugly.
Yeah.
Because, once again, I've been down there. It's a community now. It's a microcosm of a city, or not even a city, of a village.
It's like the first steps in Sim City.
Exactly.
When you first you don't have the upgrades yet. It's just some people.
Exactly.
You know.
So the mayor and everyone's saying, no, you guys could come back. We just want to clean this. This is to get them the fuck out of the park.
Right.
So then they're going to scrub everything down and clean it up, even though the protesters, they're scrubbing like crazy, like, we don't need you, man.
Look, we're cleaning it ourselves, man. We don't you get it?
So they've been scrubbing for the last 24 hours and sweeping, and I bet you the park looks beautiful right now.
Probably does.
I bet you it actually looks really, really nice.
Probably smells like Formula 409.
A lot of Formula 409.
A lot of Formula 409 being used.
So they're gonna officially clean it. They don't care how well it was cleaned by the hippies and the freeloaders.
They want to power wash the granite,
right?
Which is pretty much the entire park.
Oh yeah, there's not a lot of grass down there, if any.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of grass, but it's that different kind of grass.
Are the hippies cleaning it?
like crazy.
They said they were scrubbing
They've been
and everything.
scrubbing. They're trying
Why?
to do the right thing because they don't want to. They understand that if they get the fuck out of the park, they're fucked.
Yeah, once they give up that ground, they
because
they no longer have their base of operations.
Yeah, once again, like there's couches down there, there's sleeping bags, there's actual mattresses on the ground. There's like a kind of a soup kitchen.
Yeah, they
with
built
food.
like stations.
There's a public library or a people's library they call it. There's a media center. There's a Red Cross section.
Right.
So
Yeah.
they have a little of
Tents
everything.
and all kinds of things going on. So now to power wash,
They have to get
this
all that
granite,
out of there.
They got to get all of it out of there, so it's just stripped clean, and then they're going to power wash it.
Right.
And then they're going to limit what the people are even allowed to bring back, and that's where it gets to be the key to this whole thing of keeping them the fuck
And
out.
I think I'm going to officially feel sorry for them
Oh,
because what's going to be
no.
allowed? Are you ready? After they clean the park, standing in the park or sitting on the park's provided benches is allowed. I saw a lot of people laying and sitting
That's all you saw were people
on whatever
laying
the
down.
fuck they could find.
Right.
So there's not a lot of places to actually sit.
Yeah.
Well, you can't bring your own in, that means, I think. But on their provided benches, does that mean that you can't sit on the ground, or you can't bring in an extra
You probably
bench?
can't sit on the ground.
Can't sit on the ground. Can't
You
lay down
probably
on
can't
the
sit on the ground. Standing in the park
Yeah.
or sitting on the park's provided benches
Yes.
is the official law. The other thing that's allowed after this cleanup, things that can be carried, including backpacks, small bags, and laptops, they will allow that.
So they're not going to allow any of these structures that they've built for the soup kitchen thing, the
Right.
tables,
Right.
the tents,
Right.
things like that.
Oh man,
no longer allowed.
That People's Library is going to be in a sanitation park by 8, 9 o'clock this morning.
How many books are in it?
Thousands.
Oh, it's really a big library?
I got a shot of it, and I only videotaped half of the People's Library.
Look for a hippie version of About Schmidt in the dumpster.
Oh, yeah,
because all
yeah.
of their shit
Oh, yeah.
is going in the dumpsters.
Not allowed. So this is what's officially not allowed,
Not
and
allowed.
I think they're going to crack down after
Common
the
sense,
big
by the
cleanup.
way, not allowed down there.
Camping gear, including sleeping bags, tents, tarps, and coolers. And I saw all that stuff when I was down there.
Yeah.
Not allowed, which makes it a lot tougher
How are you
to
gonna be down
spend the
there?
night in the park. Because
Yeah.
all you could do now is stand or sit on the benches.
Without sleeping bags or anything. Like last night, they were down there, and it rained like a motherfucker here
Sure.
in New York last night. Thunder, lightning, a lot of heavy rains and wind, and they needed their little tents and sleeping bags and everything else.
Right.
They're going to sit on a park bench in the middle of a monsoon.
No.
No.
Do you think some people have been down there the whole time and just smell
Oh, what's
badly?
Bear Girl doing again?
Yeah. Using
wet.
bicycles, skateboards, or rollerblades. That's a basic fucking park rule, right?
Man.
Lying down on the ground, not allowed. Or lying down on benches, not allowed. Or lying on the sitting areas or walkways. And that's what
where
most of these
everybody is.
people have been doing, is lying on everything.
Yeah.
Storage of personal property on the ground, benches, sitting areas, or walkways. What does that mean? Storage of personal...
That means
bag.
they have to carry it. Like when you bring
Oh,
your
you can't put
laptop,
your
and that-
backpack
no,
down?
you can't put anything down. You gotta carry.
Oh.
They finally, you know what? They've been planning this. Probably laughing in some back room somewhere, going like, "What could we do?"
fuck.
It's like, all right, they're down there. They think they got this shit knocked. Let's watch them for a little while.
Yeah.
And then let's see what we can suggest that will completely fuck them up. And this is it.
And then finally, I'm sure there's more rules, but these are the basic ones. Blocking the walkways.
Yeah.
Like when you want to go in and out, it's tough. You got to find an opening.
yeah.
Because there's so many people down there. Well, that's
Blocking
not allowed
walkways.
anymore. There's specific walkways, and you can't block them.
And their argument is that people want to use that park for what it was intended to do, and these people laying there are blocking their passage to use, of other New Yorkers to use
Yeah.
the park. Like they give themselves this perfectly legitimate, smart.
Yep. It's private property.
Sure.
But
The,
why would you take this away from New Yorkers? This is so much fun to just check out.
You know what, though? The mayor and the police commissioner cannot sit there and do nothing.
They look
it
bad.
makes them look bad. And we can't, financially, you can't use the NYPD as babysitters, which is what they're being used as.
Right.
This little microcosm that we're calling it of a city also needs security.
Yeah.
They can't police themselves technically because it opens up the city to all kinds of lawsuits.
Sure.
They need the police down there to make sure no shenanigans are going on, and they're tying up resources overtime that these cops are getting. So they gotta go.
Guy.
We're looking at hair lip guy right now. That's why we're
great
laughing.
camera work. That literally is Kubrick-like camera work.
Well, I'll learn. I mean, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't have been an extreme close-up.
Yes, it should have.
No,
that's perfect.
I'm joking. Jimmy. I'm joking. Of course I did that on
it's
purpose.
fascinating.
Of course I did.
Oh, how dumb am I?
Of course I did.
That's amazing.
He has no idea. Just zooming in on his hair lip.
It's a better
Here to interview the government.
It's a better push in than
There's the People's
fucking
Library.
Spielberg did on Brody on the beach.
That's only half the library.
Oh, wow.
And then it goes all the way down the other way.
People's
So-
library sucks.
Well,
And look-
it's all junk books, really.
And those tables and stuff, and all those plastic cases, and the structures that they've constructed, get it the fuck out. And now I hear also, I've been listening on the way into the news, they're going to, some of these people are building a human chain around the park to keep anyone out, because they see this as the epicenter of this entire Occupy movement that is sweeping the nation with tens of people protesting in cities around the country.
Right.
So they see this as the big center of operations, that if this breaks down, all the rest break down. Almost like the Borg, you can't fuck with the main thing.
The mayor's saying
you could collective.
The mayor's saying you could go back in.
Yeah,
but you
there's
gotta
just a couple of minor rules.
You got to
that they've put in
stand
place.
around or sit on one of the benches
and have no protection from the weather that will only be getting worse.
Oh my God!
This going down in a mere just about a half an hour.
7 o'clock.
Yes.
The media is down there, and I'm chomping at the bit. I want to be down there so fucking bad.
Well, the world is watching, Opie.
Yeah.
The world is watching. The
It is
world
hard
is
to not
watching.
be down there.
It really is.
Yeah, you do kind of want to go down there, but
We should
I
just
see
go
some
down
arrests.
and broadcast live. Oh yeah, a lot of
I
arrests.
see some arrests going down. Yeah.
Should we break before then, so we don't break at 7 when they start booting them? Maybe we should break a
Yeah,
little
we'll
earlier.
figure it
That'd
out.
be a good idea.
I want to
yeah.
watch when that happens.
Yeah, definitely.
And Russell Simmons wanted to pay for the cleanup. He's begging the mayor and the city. Did you guys see this last night?
This isn't about the
He's
paying for it. Or?
He's begging the mayor to let the people stay there, and he will pay for the cleanup eventually, whatever that means.
Let the kids play.
If the park
Let the kids play.
basically, if the park is destroyed, he will pick up the bill. He's begging.
Yeah.
I don't know where that. Where
How
did
much
that
is
end
gonna
up?
cost? I have no idea how to
Who the
put a
fuck
dollar
knows?
amount on this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
because
know,
it's
right?
always inflated, right?
Right.
But I don't know what happened with the Russell Simmons thing. Does anyone have an update on that? He was all over the place last night begging, look, let the kids stay there and I'll pay for the cleanup when it's all said and done.
Well, this guy's been known to pay for television sets and other things. I'll
He's
see
wealthy.
that.
Oh,
He's got
boy,
a couple
is he.
of bucks.
Start a Def Jam.
Yeah.
Boy, is he wealthy.
Got that Def Jam
Fuck
money.
yeah, man.
So they're not going to let you could do what these people have done down there. Clean the whole place up, scrub it down with paper towels and fucking cleaner. That's not what they want to do.
Yeah, it's not about
not
that.
about the cleaning.
It's called a loophole.
It's a loophole. It's a plan. It's a strategy. It's about getting everything the fuck out of there so they can power wash.
Wait a minute now.
Yes.
News saying Zuccotti Park cleaning postponed. That's Jones Stratford. Is that true?
Well, I am not seeing any.
Wait, what's that breaking news over there?
breaking-
Postponed on CNN.
Uh-oh. What does this mean?
Wow.
Pull it up.
Downtown Manhattan. Susan, tell us what's happening right now, because the city is actually saying
Thanks,
that
Joe.
Brookfield Properties, the people who own Zuccotti Park, they have said they will postpone the cleaning, and the city is saying the cleaning has been postponed. So who made this decision?
Oh, boy.
Well, right now, as word is getting out about this, you're hearing cheers starting to go
Of
like
course,
waves
they won.
through the
They
camp.
won.
They obviously, the protesters, consider this a huge victory. And I talked with one of their press spokespeople just a little while ago.
And he said,
I'm very excited to hear this news. And it shows the power of democracy, as they put it. In his words, that people power is more important than any one political office or entity in this country. And so at this hour, as that word is slowly filtering out, what does that mean for the protest? You're hearing the cheers. It means, they say, that they're going to stay here for the time being, because you'll remember they've been
What's
saying
the strategy
consistently
here?
that if they can't
What is
occupy this park, then it's not an occupation. Back to you guys.
Well, they
Susan,
know
how
nothing
many
about
people are
occupation.
there?
It's a
You told
private
us earlier
park,
that usually
park.
people are sleeping at this time, but everyone is very much awake. There are more people than ever down there.
What's
Can
the
you give us an
strategy?
estimate?
couple thousand.
The police always stay away from estimates, but certainly you can definitely say hundreds of people are here. The park is full. This is the amount of people you normally see during the daytime or on a busy weekend or the day of the march, this kind of thing. But certainly, as you indicated, they're all usually asleep at this hour, but they were ready to do a sit down here and not move if it came to that. Right now, police remain in the perimeter of the area.
Maybe they thought it was going to be a little too much of a standoff. It was gearing up. There was a lot of tension between the protesters and whatever authority was going to come in and clean them out. So they looked at it and probably said, look, this is going to make a big scene. It's Friday. They're going to wind up doing this on like a fucking Sunday or something where it's not going to be this big build-up to a confrontation.
They understood it's a volatile situation.
It looked like a build-up to a confrontation.
And that's the last thing we need.
Right.
There's a riot.
Right.
It's also the privately owned
regular
park.
riot.
I have a feeling the guy that owns this park really wants this to continue, but the mayor's really putting some pressure on him.
Yeah.
And then they kind of got together, but now I have this feeling that the owner's like, look, man.
This is a backfire on the mayor and the police, because this looks like a
They're
victory.
going to continue this camp out, at least for the time being. So now,
And it gives them that, hey, we won something. It gives them a taste of victory, which will make them more defiant the next time they're told to leave when it actually does go down. Because now they feel like if they do this, if they stay strong, man, that they're not going to be thrown out.
You know what? I think now we go back to your strategy where maybe the mayor's thinking, all right, why don't we let the cold weather take care of this?
They got rained on last night.
Right.
We'll wait until that rain turns to ice.
Yeah, sure.
In a few weeks, maybe.
And then you let the numbers dwindle slightly. Because, I mean, there's going to be some warm weather people that are going to say, fuck this. Then you're only going to have the real hardcore people staying there. And then it makes it easier to go in and say, it's over, boys.
Yeah, time to leave. Girls. Yeah.
So...
Wow! So they a last-minute postponement of the big encampment that they have down there.
Wow!
Oh, wow. Who saw that coming? Wow! A mere minutes before this was supposed to go down.
I'm excited.
I
want
city
this to
backing
continue.
Down.
I don't even know why. Maybe it's self-serving because I want to go shoot some more shit.
Dude,
but I want this to continue.
Yeah.
There's an excitement about this thing.
I hate these motherfuckers, and I want it to continue because it's all I tweet about.
Yeah, it's just...
I'm not going to go back to tweeting about fucking guns.
I'm telling you, next week we all got to go down there. You got to check it out for yourself.
Yeah.
And I don't even think you'll be angry.
No, I wouldn't be angry. I'll laugh and be like, "Oh, please shut up" about some of the signs. But for the most part, yeah, it's like a circus.
The signs are hilarious. There's some really hot hippie chicks down there.
That's why I want to go down there and meet a nice girl who doesn't shave under the arms.
They're
meet
down a nice girl with armpit hair.
Mom, I meet a nice hippie every night. Oh,
settle down on a bench.
Don't paint any more protester signs, Mom, please.
I mean, if they were together with one specific cause, then I think you would be mad. But it's all over the place.
We were protesting with the Campari.
Yeah, it doesn't translate, but it was like, who wrote that sign? He talks like a fool. I couldn't The park is dirty.
By the way, yesterday I posted my third video.
The third
and like I said on the first
series.
day, they're kind of falling apart now.
Yeah.
My third video is making fun of a guy with bad breath. Making fun
Did he have bad breath?
Oh, and then this fat pig fucking yelled at me.
Wait, you got bad breath?
I sorry.
Really? Nice.
Did you tell him?
Yeah.
Can't you at least put some effort in the sign?
Can't read a sign.
Need like thicker letters or something. It's hard to read.
What up, creep?
And what do you want Wall Street to cough up?
But they own Main Street. You got people that are struggling, got teachers, steel workers. Help out Main Street. Help out the bills that are like them.
Have you brushed your teeth today?
What do you mean, jerk?
I'm not being a jerk.
Ask him if he brushed his teeth today?
Well, because I was interviewing him and I was getting a bit of a
you're an
wow.
asshole?
Yeah, I am an asshole.
Yeah,
is that supposed to hurt?
That was really rude, Leave the man alone.
I'm just having fun with
Go be a
this.
dick somewhere else.
Ooh, you got me.
you had to give her a, oh, you got me.
It just generates into a 13-year-old yelling at the lady.
Well, unfortunately, what I've learned in the last year, you got to be careful with YouTube. Really fucking careful. I fucking actually edited it out, and I'm going to put it on another site.
Yeah.
Where I called her a fat fucking pig.
Oh, there you go.
Right after the obnoxious laugh, I called her a big fat fucking pig, but I know YouTube would have a problem with that.
Get on your own site where you can post them unedited. You have to.
I'm working on some shit.
Yeah, you have to.
I'm working on some shit, but there's an alternate version of that's even better. But the third video is up there now, and it's just as freaky as the last two.
Got me.
That's almost, I'm sure it's funnier to be mean to her, but that's really funny, just that childish response.
Yeah, as she's walking away.
Oh, all right, cool.
That's very funny.
Because I was bummed I couldn't leave that other.
Nah.
All right, fine. That's good then. This chick is really hot.
Which
this
one?
Is the famous
the one
mic.
on the right?
You know how they do the mic check that Matt?
Yeah.
Because they're not allowed to have bullhorns.
Yeah.
This is how they get messages to the whole park. Could you go back a little bit? We don't have to play this whole thing.
The
you
one
guys,
with the.
you guys can check it out for yourself. I tweeted it.
She's cute.
Oh, let me
yesterday.
see her. Yeah. That's not bad.
No, it's before that because I was throwing some shit in between her chants just to.
Wow.
No, it's before that.
Oh,
The weird people on the ground. There you go.
Right
here is good.
Seattle, Boston, and Des Moines. Seattle, Boston, and Des Moines. Had some trouble last night with the cops. Had some
Nice
trouble
tits.
last night with the cops.
She's hot, no?
There's a big white sign. There's a big white sign by the weird red sculpture. By the weird red sculpture that says. We stand in solidarity. We stand in solidarity with Occupy Boston. With Occupy Boston. Seattle and Des Moines.
The fucking mimes are down there.
Mic check. Mic check. Please join us. Please join us in sitting in front of the big white sign.
Is that the bear girl behind her?
We're just sitting there quietly. Silent solidarity. Yes, silent solidarity.
So that's how they get their messages out.
Mic checks suck, especially if someone has a lot to say.
No
I know.
kidding, because they're not allowed to use a bullhorn, so that's how they spread the message throughout the entire park. Then I come across this black guy sitting at the Occupy Wall Street Espanol booth.
And he doesn't like Telemundo.
And he doesn't know Spanish. I'm like,
What?
well, that's going to be a problem. We don't have to play the whole video. They'll find it on their own.
What a dolt.
Yeah, but that hippie chick was pretty hot.
Yeah, but she just likes to hear herself talk.
Breaking news, though, they're allowed to stay for now. No cleanup in Zuccotti Park.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was just a big legal headache for the mayor waiting to happen too. Is it maybe the park owner didn't want them out and said no, I don't want them out?
Well, you don't want
Could be.
to be the mayor when they're cracking skulls because no one's moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just would look bad if they had to start physically removing people.
I think Anthony's right. The more I think about it, the mistake I think the mayor and the city did was announcing the exact time they were going to clean the park.
Yeah,
so
it's
that
like
gets everyone
showdown.
together like, hey, man, we can't allow this to happen. Well, we're going to fucking have a human chain and a
it's a
sit
high
down.
noon situation. It's like, hey, get out of town by noon or we're going to, it just makes a confrontation.
I think the dopes down there need to listen to us now. They are going to come in the middle of the fucking night when they think when they think you think it's safe.
They live style. They live style. Remember that? They came into the park, started running over the people sleeping in their boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I bet you it happens at 3 a.m. when everything calms down in the next few days.
Yep, and the press isn't all that.
And
The press was surrounding the place waiting for a fucking showdown.
Right. Yeah.
And all it would have been was you would have seen these young people getting fucking wrapped in the head with nightsticks and whatnot.
And if there's video of poor bear girl being dragged out of the park,
who's going to want to see her
sad.
get
People
her head
gonna be
split
sad.
open with one of those fucking little sticks, those metal rods they can beat people with?
You think the cops are annoyed at these guys?
Oh, they're
you can see it on their
annoyed.
face.
Yeah.
I talked to a few off camera, and they're like, "You don't even know."
They
man.
were more annoyed at first than they are now. now. Now it's more of a joke and just kind of like, ugh, I'm babysitting.
Yeah.
They're annoyed at the babysitting aspect of it. Earlier, they were annoyed at the protest feel and we have to keep control and get the gates up and keep people on the sidewalks. Now it's more of a, really? Do we have to sit and fucking, babysit these fuckers?
Yeah. Let's say,
cop, you idiot.
Let's say hi to Randy. Randy.
Hey, before you keep going down there messing with them people down there at that park, you might want to rewatch talk radio and see what happened to that jock when he pissed you me people off. Didn't get out in public.
I'm not pissing off people. I'm hopefully making funny videos. I don't have a political agenda, and for the most part, the comments on my my videos have been nothing but positive.
And the guy you're talking about was a real political radio host, Barry, whatever his name was.
Right.
And the guy that shot him was a nut, and he was a real political. You can't be afraid of that in life. It's like you could literally have a fucking neighbor who's look at these people in the salon.
Yep.
Who got shot because they worked with the wife of a woman who was married to a piece of shit. You can't panic about that stuff.
I certainly don't have an agenda politically with this whole fucking thing. I just love filming weird shit and freak shows and street people. I love filming street videos. And this is the perfect place for it.
It seems like the whole political part of this thing has just been, it's not as important as it was at the beginning. It just seems like this whole, hey, we're here and you're not going to kick us out. What's your message now? Now, fuck it, we don't have a message. We just want to stay here.
One of these assholes, and I watch all three, MSNBC, CNN, and Fox. I watch at least an hour or two a day.
Yeah.
One of these assholes on one of these channels made a great point. They're like, soon as the political message is clear, they're going to lose people.
Yeah, true.
Because right now you got everyone.
It's
it's
mishmash.
like, wait a minute, I'm not for Obama or whatever.
Not my message.
Or whatever it would be,
Yeah.
So, Stunt Brain, our old producer's on the line.
Stunty.
Good morning, fellas.
Hi, buddy.
Hello,
sir.
I guess they're not cleaning Zuccotti Park this morning. That's breaking news for you and the Blaze.
Yeah.
Stunt Brain works for theblaze.com.
Yes.
That's right, gentlemen. I'm happy to be there. I was hoping to be down there this morning, but based on what we heard, there was not going to be cleanup, so we stayed home. But we have somebody down there covering it.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, secretive.
Yeah.
By the way, I did get your email, and I haven't responded yet, but that would be cool.
Oh, great. Thanks
that thing we talked about. You know that thing?
Well, he
cool.
talked to me about a thing yesterday, and I'm featured on the Blaze today.
Yeah, and there's a picture of both of you right there on the front of the article. And
what picture did you use? Let's see.
Ooh, that one.
That's good enough.
That's the old publicity shot.
Well, I came back with a story about a whole bunch of these protesters pointing at me and chanting pervert. And I wasn't doing anything perverted, in my opinion.
No.
And I was very confused by that. And it certainly made me back out and leave the park at that point because I didn't want to be known as a pervert. And then Stunt Brain got a hold of me and said, this is actually a tactic that is used in protests.
Right, you're part of something that Saul Alinsky, the great leftist, Rules for Radicals, teaches his people. And Alinsky said that you freeze people, and you usually do it with a really outrageous charge. Like, call him a child molester, call him a pervert, call him a wife beater.
Where's the outrageous charge?
Exactly. Enough with the compliments. What's that? You get more with honey than you do with vinegar?
Who was raising their hand?
Well, Jimmy wasn't here, but when I went down there for the first time, I didn't really have a grasp on the whole situation. I went right in, which was stupid. I should have kind of walked the perimeter and kind of got my
little reconnaissance.
Yeah, exactly. I went in, and this fat slobby woman was itching her ass, and another woman was with her. It's in my video. It's the two girls that are flipping me off. So I immediately turned my camera on. Wow, this is something I want to film. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but certainly turn your camera on.
Yeah.
And they turned it into that I was trying to film girls changing and all this shit. And make a long story short, they started coming to me in a group, and
zombies,
and then one girl out of nowhere, because they realized I was standing my ground, I wasn't gonna leave because I'm not gonna be intimidated by that bullshit. Yeah. All of a sudden, the one girl pointed at me and said pervert, and all of a sudden I'm like, what? And then two people, pervert, and then five people, pervert,
and then Donald Sutherland pointed at him and went,
and within a minute, they got at least 20 people to all chant pervert and point at me. And at that point, it felt so weird to me. I'm like, what? And I backed the fuck out.
It worked.
And then inside, I'm
That's
smiling
weird.
and laughing like, wow, that's genius.
That's a psychological fucking
they got me.
tactic. Yeah.
It was genius.
And it's a standard tactic that's actually in the book. It's the 13th of the 13 tactics he tells people to use, and it worked like a charm.
Oh, fuck
and
yeah.
It just led me to believe all the stories that we've seen and that are posted on the Blaze about this being a well-structured, well-planned, well-funded protest that is not AstroTurf, it is not organic, it is not spontaneous. All that was true. We have ads from them hiring people to be protest organizers. They're paid $300 to $650 a week to live in the park from 1 to 9 every day and organize the people.
Now, who's doing this?
That's the Working Families Party. There are 2 ads that were up on Craigslist that I actually caught and got screen caps of, and they said they were going to get paid training. And the Working Families Party is a super far left organization that actually has a former executive who worked for Obama for the last 2 years in the White House.
By the way, Mike, what were you looking for when you stumbled onto these ads?
I was hoping to get some foreign language lessons. Yeah, you know me.
Yes.
Searching for gentlemen in dress.
At the train station, of course. But it all started to come together. This is not organic. This is not spontaneous. This is not just something that popped up. And these guys are, as Stalin used to say, useful idiots.
Right.
They've got a core.
Useful idiots.
Yeah, and they're being used until whatever big money can come behind it and push their agenda. So it's fascinating to watch. But it was interesting to see Opie, who went down there to kind of be a sympathizer, kind of get turned. I heard you call them filthy hippies on the air.
Well, when we talked yesterday, I definitely went down there hoping to get inspired a little bit. Like, wow, look what this country could do. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. For now, anyway. Maybe I'll turn back to being inspired again. I don't know. I don't know where this leads.
I like that the word hippie has made a comeback, because it was a passé kind of silly thing to call somebody hippie, but they're hippies now.
Yeah, they are.
And they're embracing it. But we posted your video and some of the audio of you explaining it on the Blaze this morning.
TheBlaze.com?
TheBlaze.com.
Oh, you rule. Sirius XM's Opie confronted with Alinsky-like tactics at Occupy Wall Street. I got to tell you, I was talking about this yesterday, and if you chant certain things at me, I'm going to be like, whatever. If you chant asshole, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll stay. But there was something about the word pervert that went, whoa! And I looked around, and I was like, I actually put my camera down. I'm like, where? And I started looking around, like, no, this isn't going to happen to me.
Because you realize there's no one there you can turn to be reasonable with.
Right.
Like, they could be saying anything.
Yeah.
In that moment, you realize the mob could be saying child rapist, and there's 100 people saying it,
right,
and no one to go, what?
Right.
And that happens to all of us. Liars.
But it's only certain words, obviously, Mike, that they know to chant that, we'll get to you because you don't want to be known as that.
Yeah.
Asshole's easy. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They're trained in that. You hear the F word and a-hole all day long
right.
in New York, but you call somebody a child rapist or a pervert, and that sticks with you. It's accused pervert, Greg Hughes, was on Wall Street, and then you got to defend that forever.
I rarely back down. It hurt to actually have to turn around as they were still chanting and make believe I'm just moving on to something else. And inside, though, I was laughing. I'm like, all right, touche. Touche, my brothers and sisters. You got me this time.
You got it right away, and you said that when you first explained it. You said these guys were brilliant. They were brilliant.
They were brilliant with their tactics. I got to be honest with you,
Mr. Brain. What do you see this postponement? At least what they're talking about this morning. What do you see is behind this? What's your opinion?
Well, I kind of agree with you guys. They overplayed their hand here. They tipped their hand and said, "Hey, we're coming down there." I've been down there several mornings, not just for the free breakfast, but just for the spectacle.
There is some delicious food down there
for the free pussy.
Yeah. If you get one of those Ben and Jerry's where the lid's still on it, it's terrific.
Really?
Don't go with the old guy scooping it out of the vat because I don't know what the fuck's in there.
Dirty fingernails.
Oh, Hep C and ice cream. I don't know if that goes together.
Had they gone down there at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, most of that park is still asleep, and they would have been able to round it up and get them out of there and clean it up. But they telling everybody when they were coming was just stupid.
Yeah, that's why I don't think there's ever conspiracies and stuff. I think Ant turned me on that too because because in the end they're just stupid. Why would they announce that they're coming to clean the park at a certain time, allowing the media to go down there and get set up?
The media was there. They set up. They were waiting for a showdown.
Right.
And the media loves something that's has a time.
Of course.
So it's like, at noon, we'll hear from the president. At 1, we're going to go to a press conference here. At 7 o'clock in the morning, we're going to see fucking people get their heads bashed in.
Yeah, because in the end, the media will now they'll go away. They're not going to be there at 3 in the morning tonight.
No.
Well, you
Just in
can't really
case something happens.
They couldn't really keep it a secret because so many unions are involved, and the word would have spread like wildfire. Because you got to get, sanitation there, cops there, and all that crew that would have been down there. The word would have gone out. Then it would have been secret cleanup plan.
Well,
and it would have looked worse.
Planned secret cleanup. I think you're going to see a lot of people leaving when the weather changes a little more. I think that's what they're going to wait out, maybe.
Well, it's going to be interesting. We do have a national security expert who has been in and among them, who reports on the blaze quite regularly, a guy named Buck Sexton. And
Buck Sexton!
Wow.
A couple other folks internally embedded that give us reports on a daily basis. So we do have a lot.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I ended up reading a lot of your stuff on the Blaze yesterday. You're doing a good job there, Mr. Brain.
Look at him.
Mr.
He's like
Brain.
a real fucking journalist now, this guy.
You absolutely are.
Well,
what happened?
Guys. I'm a regular listener as I'm up crafting my hate.
So I'm excited. Game back on, man.
Game on.
Hey, wait, you changed the picture?
Oh,
that's the homepage.
Yeah, that's the homepage.
Oh, look at the homepage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Sirius
Kenny.
Sirius XM host confronted with Alinsky-like tactics. Occupy Wall Street. So it's theblaze.com.
Theblaze.com. Check it every day, please.
Well, I don't know every day. I mean, if you want to write about us every day, we certainly will. That's how that works.
All right. Thanks, boys.
All right. Take care.
I'll get back to you there, Stunt.
All right. Peace.
All right, man.
That's cool. Well, we got a nice little story on the Blaze today.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like Stump Brain.
Yeah, I like his emails. Every so often you get an email and it's like a little tidbit of information that comes in. You're like, oh yeah, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, he still
research on
he
it.
still loves us.
Yeah, he was always a good guy.
We just weren't able to work it out with him.
If it is why I've heard it is, it's enraging.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Oh yeah, it probably is. Yeah, I would bank.
Not even fault here.
No.
Oh, with the. Oh yeah.
It was. It was literally over.
We wanted Stunt Brain to continue with us. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I think our agent fucked it up. I'll say.
Oh, he absolutely did.
Whoopsie.
I think our agent fucks up a lot of things at this point.
Oops.
I fucking poured my heart out to the guy, and I got a stare.
Did you?
I got a stare and a. They're well aware of your issues.
What do you want? The eggs?
I'm now staring like he did at me as I was pouring my fucking soul out to him. Holy shit! What happened to him?
Oh God!
What happened to that guy?
I've just been beaten down over the years. Oh God! It doesn't look good, guys. There's no alternative but to just. I was thinking we could either re-sign or just all mass suicide and kill ourselves. I have no clients. I am hated, despised.
Nobody gives 2 fucks for Bob.
Let's sign this fucker. Shit.
Well, I don't know. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. That looks like. So that's where we stand now with this whole fucking.
And like I said,
thing down there.
Game fucking on. I'm loving the fact that it's going to continue. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
There's an energy in the air, isn't there?
I like it for the fact that it is a freak show. It's kind of cool to tweet about and to troll these assholes on Twitter. But on the other hand, you do have to look at it like the city doesn't want it. The cops look silly. They're spending a lot of fucking money on this for security. So eventually they're going to have to go. It's just a matter of how they're going to do it without making a big scene.
They're going to roll in middle of the night when the media's not around.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Rouse these people like they do homeless in some of the parks. Poke them. All right, move along then. All right then, move along. Just old school Irish cops with their hat. He tips his hat with his nightstick and then he pokes the guy. Get yourself up. Time to go then. You can't sleep here. Come on, Clancy, help me wake these people up though. All right, I'll give you a hand then.
I thought we rounded all you Wall Street protesters up.
All right, stand them up.
Captain McCluskey and his boys.
I'm going to be breaking jaws all over the place.
A little too old for my job. I'm cranky. How's the Italian food at this protest?
We going to Washington Square Park? Maybe.
You guys want to do a little break?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to break. So there you go. Wow, that's some breaking news. They're not going to clean up the park.
No, they tipped their hand a little too soon, and it looks like they don't want a big, embarrassing, potentially riotous scene down there. So, yeah, the protesters have a little victory under their belt, probably feeling pretty good today. Going to be celebrating. It's a Friday, and we'll see what happens.
Bloomberg's a wimp. He's a wimp.
He really is a pussy.
And not smart.
He's
don't
a wimp.
announce this shit.
No, you don't do that.
I say Sunday morning.
I say drone attack with a Hellfire missile drone attack. Obama should sanction it. He likes killing American citizens. Imagine him just...
That guy had to go. Come on.
That guy was a great move.
Come on, don't do that.
You think I'm honestly serious about that?
You scared me.
I could go. Who do you think
that
I am?
fucking guy had to go.
Colin Quinn on Twitter?
Why? Oh, yeah, it's funny.
Oh, he's hilarious. I want to talk to... Colin's going to be in a little later.
That guy...
We got to talk to Colin about his genius fucking Twitter.
Nothing but respect for him. He purposely made, I think it was up to 5,000 to 6,000 people unfollow him.
He will
right
not,
when he was at that 100,000 mark too. He don't give a fuck.
And he
about
doesn't
Twitter.
break character.
No,
he does not break fucking character. I don't think I've seen a real tweet that is honestly Colin from Colin in.
No, I think you've seen nothing but real tweets
How do you think
that are honestly that dope.
That dolt is actually saying, I don't give a care.
The fake guy, fake guy is the one who understands politics and who does smart material. The real one is the fucking blithering idiot that tweets every day.
I like his winning shirt that he wants to put out, the turtleneck that says winning on the arm, and on the turtleneck part, it says CQ for Colin Quinn.
He has the other shirt where he says it's just going to be a palm of a hand with his mouth on it, says I talk smack.
It's just ridiculous, ludicrous shit that does not fit Colin.
My favorite was CQ's recipe for something where it was...
did he do the one part?
Yeah, it was...
I don't give a care.
No, but it was something of two helpings of brass, you-know-what, a tablespoon of I don't give a care.
Yeah, he doesn't curse either, I don't give a hoot.
I don't give a care is
I don't
horrible.
give a care. Yeah, what is that?
Classic. All right, we're going to have Colin in and Patrice O'Neill today.
Yes, Patrice.
Oh, fuck, that's a great combination for today.
Hell yeah, especially for us.
Nice.
Just get to sit back, laugh, and then go home.
At least until 8.
Yeah. Maybe sneak out early.
Oh.
What?
Oh, you tempt me.
What?
I'm like Pavlov's lazy dog.
What?
I just want to go home. I hear that, and I'm like...
How much extra time did we do this week?
I put in an extra hour that I didn't get.
That was last
when
Friday.
I did the fucking.
So we could easily leave 9:30.
Shit hour. By the way, I did the shit show. Rave reviews. I got Samuel.
Well, yeah.
I got rave reviews for it.
You're really good at radio.
Apparently, I didn't even know.
Yeah,
but I just sat down for the shit show, and it came so naturally to me to sit behind a microphone and just talk. It was amazing.
Well, you know what it is. You also do the show before the show.
Yeah, but that's a different show.
It is a different show.
See, I jumped into the shit show, and I was a little nervous. It was new surroundings.
Yeah,
it was like
high pressure with the audience.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, listen. When we get back, Jocktober time.
Jocktober.
We're going early with Jocktober because I don't think Patrice and Colin are going to.
They have no patience for it.
They have kind of ADD when it comes to some of this shit.
No, we've learned if we got a thing like Jocktober, let's get it out of the way before people like Colin Patrice come in.
Yeah, I don't think we could go 15 seconds without Patrice talking. So
oh shit,
it'll be tough to do Jocktober.
Patrice has fallen asleep before when we do Jocktober. He doesn't like clips of anything.
No.
He falls asleep during Jocktober and Chris Cornell interviews. I've noticed.
Well, Chris was a little,
too rock starry.
Yeah. Last time he was in it, he was a little,
He's got to tune down a little bit. Bit. He's got to tune that shit down.
Backed way off the mic. He's like,
And I I think Thomas Dolby works here.
What?
I see him in the hall. He walks by the studio once a day.
That's not him.
We got to get back to that bit.
Oh, good gravy.
Do the bit. Thomas Dolby's birthday, I guess, 53. That's it?
He was quite the youngster.
And I believe he's a incredibly successful man.
Yeah.
But not for his music.
Science!
Anyone know about Thomas Dolby? Something techie.
He wrote this song.
That's a one-hit wonder.
Hey, he had the other one.
Well, the submarine song about the submarines are missing?
No, was it? Was that the one?
I think I'm just talking to Kevin from Connecticut right now. He knows music. There's one about submarines are missing.
I don't think it was that one.
What's the Thomas Dolby song? What do you got?
He had that other semi-hit right after this. Hyperactive.
Oh, Hyperactive.
Hyperactive, blah, blah, blah.
But they try to work the submarine song before the Hyperactive
He
song.
has his own tech company.
He's worth fucking millions upon millions of dollars.
Yeah, he has his own
there
tech
it is.
company.
One of our submarines. See, it's even highlighted as one of his hits.
Stupid.
You want to hear it?
No.
Just a moment of it.
Well, okay.
They were involved in interfacing a lot of computers. That's where his money mostly comes from.
I tapped out. I'm sorry, Jimmy. It was probably really funny, but I knew you were just bullshitting. I'm sorry. He's just making up stuff.
This isn't a hit.
They try to work it as a hit.
Boss. Jesus.
Hyperactive, definitely a bigger song for Thomas Dolby than this, but they definitely try to work this as a single.
This is awful.
This doesn't sound too 80s.
No, not at all.
It definitely does.
All right, we don't have to fucking further our Thomas Dolby discussion today. Jocktober time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, as I try to swallow some V8. Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's do this.
It's Jocktober.
This is awesome.
A celebration of rap-tastic radio from around this great nation of ours.
Great. Thank you.
So turn up this turn-tacular radio.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
It's
Yes.
Jocktober.
I gotta say, we were just discussing it during the break, but that Hulk Hogan fucking Twin Towers thing yesterday.
Yeah.
I was laughing off and on all day yesterday because of that. And I just said to Jimmy, I couldn't tweet the pictures because it didn't do it justice.
No, it doesn't.
It was
do
just one of those moments that came together live on our show.
Yeah,
where Hulk Hogan was the cause of the towers being knocked down
in ridiculous fashion.
I fucking haven't laughed that hard since I think a Brian Regan show.
Yeah,
where it hurt.
Yep.
Where it just hurt to laugh.
Oh God, what is the show? What show am I looking at on that website there, Sam? Wow.
Go ahead, Sambo.
What are they doing in the picture?
It's Woody and Jim. From
Woody and Jim.
107.5 The River in Nashville.
Nashville. All right. And there's a picture of the two of them. They're standing there, and then they're doing something with their fingers. What is that?
I think they're saying they have little dicks. I'm not sure.
Is that it?
I'm not sure, but I
because
would
they're
assume.
doing like a teeny, like
Oh,
when
that's
you put your
hilarious.
hand up and between your thumb and forefinger, you do this teeny thing. You
Like
go,
a
yeah,
pinch.
it's this big. It's this big. It's
That's
little
hilarious.
Teeny. Yeah.
They're self-mocking.
Yeah.
Oh, they're someone says they're crushing our heads.
That's a what is that? What comedy troupe used to do at the
Kids in
Canadian
the Hall.
Kids in the Hall.
Yes. I'm crushing your head. Yeah.
Oh, right.
But no, they're not because they don't have one eye closed.
And they don't
In
have
order to
little-
crush someone's head, you got to have one eye closed
Yeah.
and go, I'm crushing your head.
Maybe they're just doing it poorly.
Okay, well, probably like everything else that Woody and Jim tend to do.
Woody and Jim is a very unique show. It's not a country music show in
What?
Nashville, like you might assume. 107.5 The River is all the hits. And so this is a top 40 morning show hosted by two middle-aged men.
Oh, okay.
There's no
That
woman.
sounds original. There's no hole.
No.
So they're out of control, I would gather.
Yeah.
They're crazy. There's no woman to, like, rein them in when they start going off on a tear.
Do we have
Right.
any Fezes in the lineup?
There might be a Fez.
Oh, shit.
There might be a Fez?
There's a guy named...
Fezes from across the globe. Are we doing it or not?
I'm keeping my
Stop
ears...
teasing me.
I'm keeping my ears open for Fezes as we go. As a matter of fact, this station was first simply monitored for the Fez.
Wow.
And then I decided to give them a full induction into Jocktober.
Are we talking a full Fez or a half a Fez?
I'm gonna go full Fez.
We got a full Fez, yes.
Wow, another.
It's not Woody or Jim though.
And where's Ronnie B with the whole Fez bit? Is he starting to see it our way?
I think last time I heard him talk about it. Last time I heard him talk about it, he said he admired that this show was finally recognizing all the people that have ripped off Fez.
Exactly.
Oh, good.
After he started this character, so many years ago.
And is Fez going to embrace this, or is he going to feel like we're making fun of him again?
I hope he embraces
I
it
wonder.
and realizes.
I really hope he would embrace
this. This is a celebration of Fez Walk.
Absolutely, Fez. Stand proud.
Yes.
So it's Jocktober with Woody and Jim on the fucking river in Nashville.
That's right, the fucking river.
How many river stations are out there? I don't think there's too many of those.
No, it's a pretty original name.
Yeah. Woody and
Are
Jim.
there a lot of them, or are you kidding?
There's a million.
Oh, there are rivers? Okay.
There's probably a river in every
I wonder why.
fucking city.
What's the theme of the river?
It's peaceful. It's nice. It's relaxing.
Everyone enjoys a river.
Everyone.
Rivers are dirty.
Yeah, that's
hate rivers.
You hate a river.
Fucking rivers.
How do you hate a river?
I
You're a
literally
weirdo.
fucking
Doesn't do
hate
anything to
rivers.
you?
They just remind me of dirty water moving quickly. I like to shit in every river I see.
You can't hate a river.
I want to buy a helicopter and just shit out of it into rivers.
I love what Jimmy hates.
Just hate rivers. I really do.
You can't hate the river. There's a river in Hartford, Connecticut there. Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah.
So the rivers are all over the fucking
lot of
place.
rivers.
A lot of rivers. All right, Woody and Jim talk about the BlackBerry outage.
Yeah, Blackberries were out. Or they've been out.
You've been out
They're
for
finally
fucking
back.
a year.
As
Longer. They suck.
As the iPhone introduced their new operating system, BlackBerry went down. But Woody and Jim hit on the topical story, but then they went in a different direction with a little audio entertainment help. That's right.
Song
right, I
parody
can't
time.
wait to,
We haven't had any song parodies this Jocktober.
Yes.
I was wondering when we were going to start listening to some song parodies.
And you'll
The
notice
staple of the morning show.
there's a great segue into the song parody as the story moves.
Can I ask you something? I don't want to. Maybe I don't want the spoiler. But
No spoilers.
will we hear any shoehorning?
I don't want it. It's not a place for spoilers.
Is this could be a fun Jocktober, or are we going to get really angry? Because I don't like the angry Jocktobers anymore.
Well, I kind of
Yesterday we had a lot of fun with this.
Yeah, I think there is a place for angry Jocktobers.
Yeah.
You might get angry, but you'll have some fun. And so I think there'll be both.
All right, here we
I
go.
hope anyway.
Here we go, Jocktober with Woody and Jim on the river in Nashville.
People who have a BlackBerry can do calls and texts, but they're not getting their email. They're not being able to log on to the internet.
Right.
Kind of those things, especially email. That's like what the BlackBerry was made to do.
Yeah, it was all about business.
Yeah.
So, this will seriously affect the 14 people in America who still use a BlackBerry. So our hearts go out to you. But it's not just affecting us, the bottom 99%. Elite members of the music society are also highly affected, like Wiz Khalifa.
Don't know what it is. Ain't nothing I can do. It messed up big. Tried to send some. Even check my inbox, got none. Even have to write a letter and everything. My BlackBerry, my BlackBerry, my BlackBerry, my BlackBerry. Might have to talk to my mom and my girlfriend. My BlackBerry, my BlackBerry, my BlackBerry. Worth the wait.
Woody and Jim in the morning.
What happened there?
What the fuck?
Woody and Jim.
It was a song parody, I think.
How much audio do you need
And it was
at
just
one
buried.
time?
It was buried. See, we've
You
learned
have sweepers, you have a song parody, you have them talking over it, you have them laughing over it.
over the years. We've learned one thing with song parodies that we don't do anymore anyway. But in the day when we were early on as the Opie and Anthony
We
show,
dabbled a little
it was
bit.
still a big thing to do like song parodies and do them yourself, not get a service or
Well,
something
that's
like
a
that.
service, that one.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course
That was
it
done
is.
by a
It was
service.
horrible. It was, first of all, you can't bury the vocals.
Which they did.
You need to bring the vocals up and be very, you need to enunciate the jokes.
You bury the vocals if you're not confident in
You're
the
not
song,
confident in
though.
the jokes.
That's a trick.
In the jokes. And then it's got to sound like the song.
The original Wiz song is Black and Yellow, Black and Yellow. So the whole actual chorus was shoehorned. My Blackberry, my Blackberry.
my Blackberry.
God,
Yeah, the whole chorus was shoehorned.
The entire gist of, okay, we're getting to it, this is it, and it was a shoehorn.
Like I've been known to maybe shoehorn one or two lines just to get it in there, but
Not the
to
crux
shoehorn
of
the
the song.
chorus is it's hack.
I had a good song parody for the BlackBerry with Sweet Caroline.
Oh, you did? How did it go?
My BlackBerry, it doesn't get my emails anymore.
That's pretty good. Who'd you do the song with?
Just myself.
Oh, you didn't have your band?
Oh, Burning Embers was back in there.
Of course they were. Jesus, Jimmy. Chip forgot his own band.
Wow, all right. So we learned song parodies, and they buy the song parodies.
They love Prep Burger.
Is that really a Prep Burger bit?
Yeah, they didn't do that themselves.
How come we don't have, by the way, I'll ask you, just remind me off there to ask you for a bit suggestion. I don't want to say it on the air, yeah.
Okay. Also, remember when we were trying to figure out Thomas Dolby's thing?
Yeah.
Is it really Dolby surround sound?
No way.
It's not, right?
They had Dolby before.
They had to.
Dolby.
But was he the Dolby guy and then said, well,
good question.
I'm going to do something else besides the Dolby surround sound?
No way.
No.
I'm telling
Dolby
you, though.
was around before.
Somebody get to Thomas Dolby info,
I know
because
what
I'm
it
telling you,
is.
he is a fucking rich man.
I think it's from Ringtone.
No, it's the show.
Ringtones?
Dolby
Yeah.
Gillis.
Oh, that hurt. Ow.
Yeah.
You fired that one right at me.
I really did. Lightning bolt from my finger was dud.
Well, here we go, guys. Woody and Jim on the river in Nashville. Today's featured Jocktober show. Well, we get to hear a kind of funny story about a waitress.
Yes.
Kind of funny story
Well,
about a waitress.
And one thing as we move along.
When do we get to hear the Fez? That's all I care about.
He's on there.
On this track?
Not on this track.
Fuck.
He just does the entertainment reports, so he doesn't do the whole show.
All right.
But as we move on with the tracks, you'll notice that one thing Woody and Jim like are not only their own, but each other's jokes. They love laughing at those jokes.
Do they really laugh at each other's stuff?
Very heartily.
They find each other very funny. All the time?
All the time.
Kind of a funny story, if you...
You should never say kind of a funny story.
Unless it's a drunk driving accident following
Right. Oh, my God. Never say that.
Kind of a funny story, if you are working in the restaurant or the bar business, a lot of your income comes from tips.
Absolutely.
So, it hurts a little bit if you don't get a tip.
They don't pay much.
Yeah. In Seattle, a guy stiffed a girl who was a bartender and used his credit card and wrote out the bill, signed it. And instead of leaving a tip, which he left nothing,
He
was kind
wrote
of a jerk.
zero down for the tip, huh?
But he wrote under his signature, he says, "Hey, you could stand to lose a few pounds."
Wow. So that was his tip to her,
that was her
to
tip.
lose weight.
So, she didn't get angry or
He's a piece of shit, but I love him. That's what you get, fat bartender.
The story's funny, Sam.
But that's what I said. You see immediately,
Yeah.
Ant had a line, Jim had a line.
Yeah.
The story's funny, but they don't go with the fat angle.
No?
They don't
Why
go with
not?
because they don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Just call her a pig for the fucking 20 minutes.
That was
That's
her
what this
tip.
show would do.
You
Of
could
course.
stand to lose a few
You can
pounds.
stand to lose a few pounds.
I'm going to give the guy an A+
Not bad.
on his radio voice, by the way.
You like his radio voice.
I like it.
Yeah, it sounds
Deep.
more. It's deep and kind of natural.
Yeah,
He's
natural.
He's not bringing the voice down into
Yeah,
this
yeah.
area.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's terrible.
To lose weight.
So, she didn't get angry or anything. She just did what everybody does now. She went right to Facebook. and she posted a picture of the bill with his signature.
Okay.
And so within just a matter of hours, they found out the guy's name, where he worked, what frat he went to, all this stuff.
Everything.
And they've organized all the servers in restaurants and bars in Seattle are, organizing to make sure he never gets served again.
Why not?
That's just a dumb story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we see the picture of this guy?
No.
I love him.
There's not another restaurant that would care that much. Will you stop it?
Exactly. Maybe they should organize some fatso doesn't get hired to. You're trying to go have a drink and forget your troubles, and you got to look at the fucking this old blimp city in front of you.
Slob.
Yeah, exactly. I want to look at Shelley Long, not you.
See now,
that's the ultimate revenge.
If they were like, maybe us, they would want to serve him.
That's right.
If I were that guy, I wouldn't go out. I wouldn't eat anything a server handed to me. I wouldn't drink anything they poured for me.
Whoa.
They're doing this guy a favor by not serving him.
Exactly. I guess they found out he works at Microsoft. So
really?
Finally they found something to hate more than Microsoft Vista.
Oh, well, I got to agree with him on that.
Hey,
these guys aren't that bad.
By the way, the Facebook I'm reading is already starting to get a few posts. Their Facebook.
This is very different than past Jocktober, Sam.
Yes, Sam.
Somebody at 107.5 The River thinks burning embers rocks.
Oh, that's cool.
Facebook,
Okay.
yes.
Can I quickly?
Yeah.
It's really not that bad.
Yeah.
But they had to fucking take the side of the fat broad.
Yeah, the fat broad.
Well, they don't go for the jokes that are funny.
You can't hurt people.
And they're playing...
Words hurt.
We would so go with the guy.
Yeah.
I want to see what he looks like, because he is obviously a piece of shit. I want to see his fucking face.
Yeah.
Sam's trying to find him, but he's spelling Seattle with 2 E's in a row.
2 E's in a row. All right, there's the picture of the
P.S.
of the bill there. Yeah.
What a jerk off.
You want to continue here?
Yeah. But I want to see this guy. I'm obsessed with this guy.
Yeah. Not the first time Jimmy said that.
What do you mean?
You're gay.
I'm not, though. I like girls.
I know.
Sometimes. Sometimes. But with that social media turns to slander, uh-oh.
What? What happened
What
now?
a jerk off. Doesn't leave a tip.
All right, let's move on before we lose all the energy in this Jocktober bit. Woody and Jim on the river in Nashville. That last break worked so well. Let's do it again an hour later. And why not give the same jokes you just heard with over-the-top laughs?
All right, that's fucked up now.
Did they just replay it, though? Did they
up.
just replay it, or did they retell it?
They retell it and make believe there's doing it for the first time.
This is why, go through that clip and then and this, I'm giving it an hour. It's probably more like 40 minutes that they went and did the exact same story.
Well, they got to worry about PPMs there, Sam.
They could do 2 stories.
Interesting story came out. A lot of people who work in the restaurant and bar industry, they live a lot of their lives off tips.
Sure, you don't get paid much. The tips is where you make your money.
This is kind of cool. A waitress bartender in Seattle had a guy come in, charge him about $30, left no tip, used his credit card, and at the bottom where he signed his name.
Wait, this is not a replay?
No. No,
that's just terrible.
Look,
it's 40 minutes.
Why would you do that? I know sometimes we tell the same story, but it's 2 years later in context of something that comes up.
And I think we always add new stuff to our go-to stories. We have go-to stories, yes.
Find a new angle on it.
And in the past, me and Ed absolutely would do something twice in a show, but we would just replay it. Like,
Why not?
man, this happened earlier today. It's worth replaying. Boom, here you go. We're not pretending that we're doing it for the first time.
And I also don't think that the last break was something that you and Ant would have said, now that was worth replaying.
Oh, no.
Right.
No, you're right.
That's gold.
It was only those really over-the-top things that we just knew were just gold, like Ant just said, yes.
Signed his name, crossing out the tip area. He wrote, "You could stand to lose a few pounds."
Whoa! Oh!
So, maybe that was his tip. But,
wow.
They suck.
As if they've never heard it before.
Yeah, he's like, whoa!
And you take the side of a guy if you're two guys.
You have a second...
We're 2 guys. You take the side of the guy.
You have a second opportunity to make the fat jokes.
Why would they
you
be...
still don't.
No.
Why would they be outraged? Whoa! Of course.
Oh, it's like I never heard it before.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Now we're going.
maybe that was his tip. But
Wow.
She didn't get mad. She just did what everybody does now. Went right to Facebook and posted a picture of the receipt with his signature.
Yeah. This is Groundhog Day radio.
How do you know it's not the same thing, though? It's really not.
It was worded differently.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, you
It's
checked.
it's definitely different.
Yeah, the O's in there.
Definitely different.
And within hours, they found out his full name, his Facebook page, where he worked, what fraternity he went to. And in Seattle, they're organizing a boycott to make sure he never gets served again. Which is kind of funny.
I would think that they would jump at the chance to serve this guy.
Yeah. I can't wait to you.
What?
Yes, I swear to God, it's different.
Can we play the first one? Are you sure?
Positive.
No, I believe Sam. We don't have to.
It's the same.
But it's almost like they have a script.
Right, like
it's
they
like,
wrote-
okay, I'm going to redo my... Wouldn't you would just go off the cuff.
Talking about it, yeah.
And
maybe
maybe
come
what
up with
joke and everything. It's the same.
The exact
they
same
each do the
jokes.
same jokes. But
Yeah, I can't wait till you come in my place. Yes, I will make a special hamburger for you.
That's different.
I'll pour you a beer.
That's funny.
Can I watch you drink it?
Yeah, but he works at Microsoft.
Really?
So, yeah, so I guess they found the...
Oh, no, they're not.
No. Even the kicker line?
No,
well, they realize they're looking at their jokes and they go, okay, let's both admit to ourselves.
Let's go to that one.
The Vista line is the line here.
No.
So if we're going to do this again 40 minutes later, we got to make sure we close with that thing.
Oh, no.
Works at Microsoft.
Really?
So, yeah, so I guess they found the one thing at Microsoft that people hated more than Microsoft Vista.
Wow, the same kicker line.
And then they both laugh as if it's like brand new. And
What phonies.
they just are so amused by each other.
But why can't you just bring up the story again and go, yeah, we brought this up earlier.
We talked about this earlier, yeah.
And then just kind of have a conversation. Maybe something different comes out of it.
No, because then they run out of jokes.
That's what happens to PPM and the
You know
obsession
what?
over who's listening when.
Right.
It's like, it's just terrible.
I've gone through the Prep Burger services. I don't know this to be a fact, but I do know that Prep Burger will give you wacky news stories and will give you jokes about the news stories.
Yeah.
There's a good possibility that they just got the jokes from the Prep service.
Oh, so they're not even their own jokes.
Like, so they don't have any more jokes, so they got to use the same ones again.
They do that.
Prep
do we belong to Prep Burger?
Fuck no.
We should, just so we get stuff off it and mock it.
Oh, man.
They used to give you a sheet with all like the headlines and then with a one-liner.
Right.
And then you're sitting there. How can you be proud of that?
Oh, God.
Reading someone else's lines.
Oh.
Yeah, just let them do the show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Like a good line there would have been something like, "What is this? Like, how come they ain't making like Microsoft? At least he's not dead."
Oh, Chip.
I hear they're really pounding the
Yeah.
Facebook page.
Are they being mean?
That's all he cares about. I love
Bobo is a sexy beast.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. Woody and Jim are as funny as elderly rape. Ramon, these guys fuck children. Ramon, the river staff, gets AIDS from black gentlemen.
They have their standard lines too, don't they?
Yeah.
Hey, tell the server who gets told she's fat story again. I've only heard you do it every 5 minutes. Yuck.
The river you home for favorite laughter and closet homes. Jesus Christ.
I made cumsies.
Fake.
Paul Hargis is a serial rapist.
Sam Roberts' mom's box.
Holy shit! Come on.
Get ass raped by Hulk Hogan.
That's great.
Oh boy.
All right, they're at it again.
Okay.
He's a fat pig.
They posted a picture saying Snooki joins Woody and Jim coming up at 6:40, and now people are posting things like Snooki is a fat pig.
Talk about her elephant ass. Ugh. Fuck Snooki.
Disgusting.
Topic for today: blueberries. Are they good as a standalone fruit?
Continuing with Jocktober, Woody and Jim on 107.5 The River in Nashville. Woody and Jim comment on Beyonce's possible fake pregnant belly.
That's right.
The way two men would.
Yeah, you know, a couple guys
boy.
talking about whether or not Beyonce's really pregnant.
Sure, two guys always talk about that.
Yeah.
She might not really be pregnant.
Well, there's like one clip of her sitting down, and it looks like her belly folds a little bit, so people are saying that it was a fake pregnant belly, but she's
Maybe someone else is having the kid for her.
That's it. I mean,
But they're making it look like
So
it's
she doesn't
pregnant.
ruin
I
her
think
belly.
she's probably pregnant.
Yeah.
You think?
Yes.
Isn't her
right.
belly very important to her?
Yeah, but you could lose the weight if you,
Yeah.
like I was looking on, this site yesterday had a woman who had big fat pussy and was doing squat thrusts in sheer panties.
Disney.com. Where were you?
No, you like the thing was she just shows off her fat vagina through her sheer panties, and you're pretending that you're laying there under the floor while she does squats over your face.
Oh, well,
it was hot.
Interesting.
But she had like a little bit of the lasagna belly, but she was toned, like she was in good shape.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it was like even if it's really toned, sometimes you can't
get
fix
past
it.
that thing.
But then some women do. Some women get rid of it, and it's nothing.
I don't like that lasagna thing.
Yeah, I think it's after a couple kids.
Yeah, probably.
After like 7 or 8.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, here we go. Woody and Jim comment on Beyonce's possible fake pregnant belly.
107.5 The River with Woody and Jim in the morning, 625. We have 62 degrees. Going to be rainy today with a high in the middle 60s. More rain for tonight, then clearing up mid-70s for tomorrow. There's an...
Stop doing weather on the radio, please.
You got to come back from the song with the weather.
Please.
Do you realize that the
a quick
press
mention, like
of a button, at a press of a virtual button, you can get the weather.
Plus,
in fucking amazing localized detail, you can get the weather. Everybody has that on their phone.
The radio just doesn't know how to do things differently.
Stop with the weather.
They've been doing weather for forever, so we got to continue doing weather. You could talk about the weather in a conversation like we bitch and complain like fucking rain today. The
I can't stand that it's getting colder out or something like that. Yeah.
But you look at the weather on your phone before you leave the house. Then you get in the car, and when the radio tells you the weather, you go, yeah, I know, there's windows.
Yeah.
I know it's raining.
Oh, look at we're two guys just talking about the weather.
Hey.
We're a couple of guys.
Allegedly.
Can't wait to hear those two. Fucking Thailand pervert.
60s, more rain for tonight, then clearing up mid-70s for tomorrow. There's an interesting kind of a head-scratcher story about Beyonce. You know, she's says she's pregnant. Jay-Z and her are going to have a baby.
Woody says she's pregnant because there's a little suspicion right now.
Right. There's a story that she's wearing a fake belly.
A baby bump prosthetic.
And you got to wonder, if she's really pregnant, why would she be wearing that unless she wants to look more pregnant than she is? And if that's the case, why would she want to do
attempt murder?
It's a head scratcher.
See,
If fucking foam rubber or Jello comes out.
You hear them laughing.
Yeah.
You go back a little bit because as they're posing this setup,
All the single ladies. All what?
they're already laughing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
When they haven't given any jokes yet.
unless she wants to look more pregnant than she is. And if that's the case, why would she want to do that?
It's a head scratcher for sure.
It is.
We've got a lot of people chiming in on Facebook, the 107.5 The River fan page, and also some texters have been giving great theories. We got Dawn. She texted us an awesome theory, and we called her back. Tell everybody what you were saying.
Yeah, about why she's wearing the fake belly.
I've got two of them. I think that she could possibly be storing snacks, in the fake belly.
It's a storage compartment, like a kangaroo has that little pouch.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, maybe it's her.
If that bitch called our show with that, we'd go beat it, sister.
Really? We'd give her some laughs.
Hit the bricks.
Snacks in her
We
fake
would never
belly.
put that
Hit
on
the
it.
bricks. It would be like, shut up. Jimmy, you go, what'd you say? Your phone petered out.
Chip would love it. I wouldn't laugh if Ozzy said that.
No.
By the way, somebody on their Facebook page is advertising Snooki coming up at 7:30, 8:15, 8:24, and 9:01.
These guys get it. I love it. Storing snacks, and that's fun radio.
Storing snacks in her fake belly.
Look out.
Snacks, in the fake belly.
It's a storage compartment, like a kangaroo has that little pouch.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, maybe it's
Exactly.
refrigerated.
You get hungry when you're pregnant, Or she could be trying to balance out her big booty.
Booty in the back and a bump in the front.
That's good training for when Kim Kardashian finally gets pregnant.
Oh. Right? Isn't it, though?
Can I tell you something that's not, I don't have a clip of, but I just wanted to tell you?
Yeah.
Please.
40 minutes later,
No.
No!
they reset up the premise,
Yeah.
and then they said, hey, somebody's texting us, let's give them a call. And they played the same call with the same jokes.
Holy shit.
40 minutes later,
That's lazy,
they played
man.
the same call
Right,
with the
that
same
is
joke.
lazy.
You think we're lazy? That's lazy
So
shit.
I swear. And after I didn't give you the clip because it is the same recorded call, but they didn't set it up as in, hey, we got this call earlier today. Wait till you hear this girl in her snacks line. They set it up as, let's call her.
I like how they go, let's call her.
And she's right there.
And she's there. And now they didn't replay the bit. Obviously, they talk about it.
They reset it up as if it was a
reset
new
it up,
premise,
but played the same call
and said we're getting our Facebook. And by the way, I shouldn't have left that Facebook plug-in. I don't know what I was thinking.
Oh, crazy!
But
they're on a clock.
Yeah.
A lot of radio guys have to be on a clock.
But it's
whether
like,
at this time we're going to do this bit here, we're going to redo the bit over here. They actually have
recycle it.
They actually have 4 pieces of paper with a clock on it, and they have to
Yeah.
write in what they're going to do at every moment. It's too bad because the two guys sound like they're seasoned pros. It sounds like they could be doing better radio. That's what I think is bothering me here.
I've heard plenty of radio shows that will literally replay the 6 o'clock hour at 9 o'clock, which I kind of get, or replay the 6 o'clock hour at 8 o'clock, but never have I heard such blatant taking the same things and just re-saying them 40 minutes later.
Because it comes off as phony. You know, if you're laughing or acting surprised at something that you know you've already talked about, that's crazy.
And do they play music?
Yep.
Oh my God!
They play a lot of music.
Easiest job in the world.
They play
if they're playing a lot of music, that's a lot. That's all that time they don't have to do any bits.
They probably
and then they only need a few bits for the entire show.
They talk maybe 15 minutes an hour, maybe 15 minutes an hour.
Within
at
that
absolute
15
most.
minutes an hour, they're doing the same bit twice.
Yes.
If you're saying 40 minutes.
Top of the hour and bottom of the hour.
So what we just heard, this Beyonce thing, is the only thing they did in 1 hour.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Because then they did another break about Beyonce.
Yeah.
Then they did they did their entertainment report, and then they went back to the first break about Beyonce and did it again.
Oh, you could do that radio in your sleep.
It's amazing.
How do you get one of those gigs?
Sounds great.
I'm not kidding.
To hang out in Nashville all day, they don't have to prep at all.
Holy shit. So if they're doing a 4-hour show, they're doing maybe 4 to 5 quick bits for the entire show.
Yeah, and they're not even bits. You have to have people calling up with lines like she's hiding snacks in her belly.
Oh my God.
Hysterical lines
That's
like
bit
that.
one.
Anthony, I'm proud to say it's time for another Fez.
Now this is a third person
Fez
coming
is
on
from across the globe.
on the scene. How does he fit into this
Intern
stuff?
Adam is his name.
Intern Adam.
Matter of fact, let me show you a picture.
Well, that's going to insult Fez.
No, that's
What
not.
are you trying to say? Fez is like an intern?
Shit.
Yeah, that's a little disrespectful.
Well, he's not good. He's not really an intern.
Ooh.
That's Intern Adam.
He's dreamy.
Exactly. Maybe I'm saying sexy is sexy. Fez is a sexy young man.
Maybe you are.
Look how attractive
Maybe you
Intern
are.
Adam is.
Wow, that's a model picture, by the way. He's model. He's a model, right?
He should be if he's not.
Oh my
Jesus,
God,
Sam. You're getting
I'm
married.
saying he's very
You
attractive.
got to push that shit down.
He's a good-looking guy.
Turn it off.
Turn
Turn it off, Sam.
I'd spend a weekend in a tree fort with him.
Sure you would, Concho Pete.
Concho Pete.
See? That was just made up.
Love Concho Pete.
All right,
Big
Eric,
cock
write that
horse.
joke down. We'll do it again in 20 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
Concho Pete.
Concho Pete rules.
We got a taste of Intern Adam.
Oh, well, wait a minute.
And he's a Fez.
Yum.
Hey, Jim, are you performing at the Stress Factory November 3rd through 5th?
Oh, yeah, why you bring that up?
I just found that out looking at 107.5 The River's Facebook
In
page.
Nashville?
Oh, there
that's
it is. That's
nice.
an easy plug.
Thank you.
Really nice.
Then the guys laugh for reasons I'm not sure of. Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, they do a story after Intern Adam pipes in with his entertainment tease, and then they start laughing. I'm not quite sure why.
Morning. The perfect time to irrationally hate everything.
Exactly.
We got Sleaze coming up after the break. What's up?
What are the networks offering Amanda Knox for her first?
I love Fez.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I'm obsessed with Fezes across the globe.
Nashville has a Fez.
The networks offering Amanda Knox.
And they're all stealing this thing. The Fez invented
They're
this
stealing
character so
Fez's
long
fucking
ago.
soul.
Oh,
man.
yeah. Fez probably, as far as I know, really kind of worked on the character.
Yeah, he
and
developed
honed
it.
it.
This guy is just reading an entertainment report, ripping Fez off.
How many Fezes do we have now? Is this our third?
Yeah, we've had 2 that we featured on the show. I have 1 in my back pocket.
And this one?
I mean, that's 3 or 4, yeah.
I only acknowledge one Fez.
That's right.
What are the networks offering Amanda Knox for her first sit-down interview.
Oh, they all want to talk to her.
Yes.
The bidding war, yeah.
It's a ridiculous amount of money. You're going to find out what it is in the sleaze coming up after the break.
Well, she's going to hold out like Chris Johnson.
Right.
And then, get her money and then, not say much.
Not deliver. Yeah. Deliver. Talk for like 56 seconds.
And disappoint.
And then say, I'll try to do better.
We're all looking at each other.
What
What happened?
fuck? Did you hear as they're setting up the one guy going?
He was getting head from Adam.
Oh, is that what was happening? By the way, I also have my suspicions that Adam is nowhere near the studio.
Oh, really?
No.
There was no interaction there.
There wasn't.
You think that might be a pre-tape?
Oh, yes.
Oh, can we hear? Wait. I mean, I don't know.
That's my suspicion. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Now that we have that little bit of information,
And when,
we should listen.
when he
a
does the
little bit.
sleaze,
Yeah.
it's an isolated segment. Not an interactive segment. It's
Right.
isolated.
Right,
Intern
right.
Adam, and now we go back to Woody and Jim. So it's
Right.
Woody and Jim, and then on the other side it's Intern Adam.
Well, here's a taste of Intern Adam's sleaze.
Yeah.
Let's get sleazy. 57 seconds of sleaze with Intern Adam.
Jack Osborne surprised his mom and dad, Ozzy and Sharon, with the announcement that he is going to be a dad. It all went down on CNN's Piers Morgan tonight, where Jack was very gleeful about his engagement. Oh, and by the way, this will be Sharon's first time at being a grandma.
It's a little sleazy for you.
Oh, that's sleazy.
By
Be
the
the
way-
grabber.
I just got word, too,
So
that
I have a cold that won't go away.
the guy that intros the sleaze.
Yeah.
Actually, could you play like the first 5 seconds of that clip again?
Oh, come on. Really?
Yeah, play this.
Let's get sleazy. 57 seconds of sleaze with Intern Adam.
Okay, that's... E-Rock's telling me that's Jeff Berlin, the guy that voices the virus, too.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yes.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't he work here?
Fuck.
No.
Oh, he doesn't?
Not in this building, anyway.
Oh. Well, get rid of him. I don't want to be associated with some river station. Get a new guy.
I don't know if he's a character over there, but yeah, I wanted to give you the sleaze so you could judge for yourself whether Intern Adam is the Nashville Fez clone.
I got to go half a Fez on this one.
You're only giving him half a Fez?
Yeah, there's a little like Andy Dick in him as well.
No,
You think so?
Andy Dick. Whatever. Whatever.
I fucking hate Andy Dick.
It's a dick joke. What?
I fucking
Who
hate
likes
Andy
him?
Dick. And not in a good way, because I think he kind of wants people to
He's
like...
wild. Ooh, look out.
He's
Crazy.
It looks like there's 58 comments on the Snooki picture. Should I click and see what they are?
Yeah, let's click. This is the Rivers Facebook, not ours.
One says, Yippee Skippy. One says, her snatch smells like the dumpster behind Red Lobster.
Those are stinky dumpsters.
One says, Snooki is AIDS burger in paradise. Then that's followed up with, wow, mean guys. And then another one says, Snooki gave me HPV. Frunkus. Looks like two big blueberries or something. Keep your hands and feet away from its mouth. Casey Anthony is an awesome babysitter.
Yeah.
Snooki's gonna get some Woody and suck some Slim Jim. Shut up. Have you ever seen her tits? That snatch is full of clitty litter. Oh my God, so much cum. Oh, a baby hippo, one person asks.
Oh, all right.
Hope you have a big food budget, one person suggests.
And she's going to eat them out of house and home, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get back to Woody and Jim, the River, Nashville. Today's Jocktober. It's time for Gender Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
There are some original...
Gender Wars sounds like Battle of the Sexes, though.
Well, how does Battle of the Sexes work? Is that where...
Well, a guy would get a call in and have to answer questions about women. And that's hard to do.
Yep.
And women would have to answer questions that primarily men would know the answer to, but women not so much.
Is that it?
That's been done before?
Oh yeah. See, yeah.
10,000 times.
I'm sorry, Sam. We never taught Sam that.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Ah, see.
I thought these guys were ripping Scorch off. I thought that was the original.
At least
did that.
Hey, they ripped me off.
Yes, he did.
At least
I'm now in 8 billion homes.
Is he up to 8 billion?
Oh,
he must be at this point.
Yeah.
Well, at least they changed the name from Battle of the Sexes to Gender Wars.
Gender Wars.
It's time for men and women.
No!
That's fucking good.
No, not a Star Wars gender wars. Oh, God.
Their Facebook is getting pounded.
Well, that's not nice, Sam.
I know. I didn't want them to.
No, I don't think
hoo-hoo, Robin, they stole my fez. Hoo-hoo.
You got to fez the Felcher, too?
Intern Adam is a standalone fruit.
Who's the cum chugger? What?
Who's the cum chugger?
Intern Adam broadcasts from a men's bathhouse. I hear Intern Adam gives free prostate exams. Snooki is face-sitting Adam.
Jim's plans for the weekend, occupy Woody's asshole.
Billtetley. Bill Tetley.
Tetley, of course.
Nice.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, God.
One person just writes, tss.
All right. As we continue.
It's time for men and women to answer questions for gender wars.
Given questions that the other ones should know, but do they? Let's find out. We have our contestants now. For the ladies in the audience, we have Megan in Springfield. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning.
Good luck. And for the guys, we have Terry in Murfreesboro.
Megan,
Hey,
what's
Terry.
the best way to scratch your balls?
Is it between thumb and forefinger with a roll?
Yes, it is. How'd you know that? You don't even have balls.
But Terry, what's the best thing to do if you're pregnant and you feel a spot of blood on your ankle?
Nobody there. We learned this morning that Hugh Jackman admitted to peeing his pants. What an embarrassment. Megan, at any time in your life, have you ever had an accident?
Oh, my God. No. Can I see a picture of this guy?
Yeah.
I just got some info.
Oh, which one?
Woody
Intern
and
Adam?
Jim.
Let me get my phone out. Oh.
I'm not sure who's talking, but that's the guy. This is Woody here. That's Jim in the blazer. I would assume that Woody is the...
Uh-oh. What do you got? What do you got? You got a scoop?
Uh-oh.
I'm tapping out.
You know Woody.
I have to tap out.
Oh my God!
I have to tap out.
Who is it?
He's... Oh, no fucking way.
Oh, no. What happened?
You were unbiasedly attacking him before.
Oh, no.
Who is it?
I knew the guy sounded like he knew radio.
You said...
You're saying they sound very professional.
And that you felt bad because you felt like...
Oh, no.
Dude, you have no idea.
Opie just fucking...
Oh, my God.
I started...
Plant foot firmly in mouth.
Are you ready for this? I started my radio career with that guy, Jim.
Yes!
We went
Which
to
one, the guy on
college
the
together. The guy on the right. I haven't seen
On
him.
the right?
I haven't seen him in years.
The guy in the blazer or the guy in the shirt
To the
here?
right.
Oh, that guy in the blazer. So you started doing radio with him where?
In Geneseo, college radio.
College radio.
It's Jim Chandler. It's
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
This is the magic of Jocktober.
It really is.
This really is.
Dude, I started in radio with that guy. He's been around for fucking ever. Jim Chandler.
No. Oh, no.
You said you didn't say that much bad stuff.
Actually, you were complimenting him.
Are there any quotes?
Oh, I hope so.
Let's see.
We started together. And he got fucked, by the way.
Oh, well, good. Somebody is saying Opie says hi.
Oh, my God.
But then it's
this
Kurt
guy
Love says, okay, I take it all back. Opie says you're okay. Now it's time to kill Sam.
I have to tap out. He's actually like a really, really cool, nice dude.
Oh,
we started together.
Greg Hughes says, "What's up, man?"
Oh no,
it's definitely him. I checked my Twitter and someone goes, "Jim's a Geneseo graduate." I'm like, "Uh-oh."
Oh my God!
The whole time I'm listening to his voice, like this voice sounds familiar, but maybe it's just a radio thing because a lot of guys sound alike.
Well, that's the danger of Jocktober. As long as you guys have been in the business, you're gonna end up,
Yeah,
he actually was ahead of me in college radio. He was running the whole fucking station.
Really?
And then he got fucked by Todd of Scott and Todd. Fucking this guy Jim was doing a really good show. I think it was in Connecticut with wait, how did this work? Was it Albany with Todd?
Jim Chandler. Greg Hughes sends his regards.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I actually want to just call the station and say, hey, what's up? I haven't heard from you in years.
Michael Corleone sends his regards.
You should probably call the station and apologize for all this.
Yeah.
It's a good story, though, because he had a really good morning show with Todd, that type of radio.
Todd Pettingale?
And then Todd got recruited to come to New York, leaving Jim behind.
Oh, and now Jim is stuck with
Was it Albany?
Woody.
They were called Jim and Todd or something like that.
Yeah, Fly 92 in Albany.
Fly 92. Like, they had a really good show in Albany, and then fucking Todd got the call to come to New York. I know that.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, but you tapped with like a track and a half left. This would have been useful information a half hour ago.
Can we play the track and just listen to it nicely?
This is one of these.
Yeah.
Without goofing on it?
This is one of these rare things that I swear I'm done.
Yeah.
I can't even fucking fake it.
Fair enough.
He is the coolest fucking
Fair
dude.
enough, sir.
I don't know what he's been up to for the last 20 years.
But I would like to hear the rest of the track.
Yeah, of course.
Hear the track.
Yeah.
You guys can do whatever the fuck you want.
Nice.
Oh, he sounds like a nice enough guy.
You don't have to be nice.
We weren't really going bullshit on him either.
Right,
it's not like they got a whole.
Oh, no.
Because this one says Jim Chandler, Greg Hughes says you're a cocksucker.
Holy shit.
That.
Oh,
You might need
the
it.
listeners are brutal.
Opie says, keep it real, mother hucker. Oh, no.
Greg Hughes is personally responsible for this radio attack. He says you're a hacky douche.
Oh my god!
You're gonna have to fucking
Call
talk
the
to this guy.
Did you pick up marshmallows with your asshole too?
Oh my god!
Are you Opie's gay brother from Rochester? This is great.
Shit.
Remember, I did say that these guys sound like they should be doing
Better radio.
Better radio.
Yes.
I think
you sensed something.
And I don't want, it's going to sound like I'm sticking up for the guy, but it's obvious the radio business got him.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like that, you got to fit this mold.
They turned off comments.
it's done.
That means now
it's
Jim
done.
knows.
They turned
now
off
he
comments.
knows.
We literally started together.
He's sitting
Matter
there
of
right now
fact,
talking about you going, that motherfucker, man.
Why would he do this?
Why is he doing this? Out of nowhere.
we were both young guys, full of cum, and even
full of piss and vinegar.
Even one summer in Geneseo, I stayed behind and he stayed behind so we could run the radio station. Like we were like fucking into doing radio.
Man.
And now we're in the the Facebook phase, by the way, of only they can post comments on their wall.
Yeah.
But other people can post comments based on what they post.
Right.
So now we're in the phase of our fans commenting on their posts.
comments. Right. Yeah.
No.
And so, the last thing that he read before, oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
One person, they write, I want you at Death Valley Haunted Woods. They're advertising this thing.
Yeah.
And a fan comments, Greg Opie Hughes wants Jim Chandler to shove a fudgy wudgy bar up his anus.
You fucking asshole.
Oh, this is beautiful. You fucking asshole. Greg Hughes sends his best wishes and that you're queers. Jim and Opie did the elephant walk at their Geneseo frat.
No, he wasn't
This is
a
terrible.
frat
Oh, man.
Oh, but you have some splaining to do to this guy.
And you know what? I wasn't feeling good about this Jocktober, and it was kind of. That's why you got to listen to Jocktober every day. You never know what fucking turn it's going to take.
You didn't know you knew him?
Right.
And they said how lazy he was?
It's absolutely.
And the prep burger laziness, redoing the bits every fucking hour.
It's absolutely him too.
You definitely had this thing where we were just kind of weaving through it. Like it's not awful. Like hey, everybody in the hole and shit. But there was some underlying thing there.
I think I heard his voice. I'm like, wait, something's not right here. Because I haven't thought of that guy. No offense to Jim in 20 years.
Do you think that's going to
been a long
Jim
time
after this?
No offense to him. But after calling him
Here's
a
the question,
queer.
though. When two guys do college radio together and take over the station together over the summer and everything, and then one of them goes on to be ridiculously successful in radio, and the other does the Woody and Jim show. Do you think, Opie, do you think Jim remembers you?
Of course he
Yeah,
does.
of course.
Oh, he does?
Of course.
He has to know that every
There's
time.
not even a doubt.
Oh, of course.
They were tight back then.
We kept in touch until he was in Albany, and then lost touch.
You always,
been a while.
and you always kind of keep track of other people that you knew their radio careers every so often, and obviously we've been in the news every so often. It
I know, the
pops
guy
up,
knows.
so he knows.
Greg Hughes says, and I quote, and this is in quotation marks, Jim Chandler's mouth was a cum dumpster back in college.
I hope he has satellite radio.
Someone just writes in all caps, prep burger. Right under that, Greg Opie Hughes misses your delicate touch, Jim.
Oh, no.
He's reading all of these, wondering why you've turned on
Why
him,
did you
Opie.
do that?
Why would you do this?
After all
Why?
these years, why would you do
He
this to
was
me?
Stab me in the back.
Humiliate
This
me.
fucking kid was a professional. He was a professional in college radio.
Yeah.
Like I had a shitty Long Island accent and knew I wanted to do this. This guy had the voice and knew what the fuck he was doing.
Early on, it set.
And just obviously never developed after that.
Oh, no.
No, just kidding.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Hey, Jim Chandler. Greg Opie Hughes is still pissed that you wouldn't dock with him back in Geneseo, but he says, good luck, bro. As if there's any question as to why this is happening.
Yeah.
One commenter so literally puts it, Greg Opie Hughes told us to all come here and make rude posts.
And it says, Greg Hughes says that when you were in Albany, you tried to touch his cock.
I've never been in Albany.
Wait, there's another one, too. Greg Opie Hughes revealed that Jim Chandler's a cuckold.
This is why interactive Jocktober is so good.
This has just turned so bad.
Oh, my God.
And I was sitting here going, this Jocktober today just sucks. And now look at the fucking spin it takes.
And the lovely and talented
Let me look
Colin
at it. Let me
Quinn
look at
has
his
just walked
picture
in the room, too.
Hey, Colin.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Colin, to sum it up, have you been listening to what's happened? We do Jocktober every October, and we goof on radio shows that we deem and that Sam deems not a little hacky, you know? A little hacky. So we were featuring Woody and Jim today, and after pounding them
for like
relentlessly for a half an hour, Opie realized he went to college with one of them, and he's a cool guy. And
we started radio together.
They started radio together.
Like, I've been at this a really long. I've been doing this since 18. Guess what? When I was 18, I knew that guy.
And now Opie could say what he wants to try to get out of this, but the listeners have already gone to the Facebook page and started posting things like Greg Opie Hughes says he's mad at you because you wouldn't suck his cock back in college.
He says you stink. The fans are being horrible.
I love the
fans
image
are being complete assholes.
of Opie
I
and
would
this guy,
absolutely
Jim.
consider this guy a friend.
Yeah, well, you guys...
I haven't seen him in a long time, but
friends like you.
But
you guys in the radio
I
station
was too busy
together,
being a big radio star, Colin. I didn't have time for him, but I would consider him a friend.
Oh my God!
taking over the radio station together in the summer. It's like the two of you just all you had. You were
That's
just
it.
powered by your dreams.
That was the guys that really wanted it.
That's
you know?
two against the world.
That's a storyline for a movie.
Oh, yeah.
A buddy movie.
You want to hear Gender Wars?
We'll have the fans say anything like, hey, he didn't mean it or no?
Well, one person said Greg Hughes fucked Jim Chandler's wife.
That's just not right. That's not right.
One person said today on O&A, Greg Hughes confesses to ejaculating in Jim Chandler's underpants while he was sleeping. Opie wants to know if you remember the gang rape on the pinball machine.
You know what? I think. I'm not positive.
Opie says go back to college radio.
I think we were roommates. Now that I think about it.
Oh shit! It gets worse.
107
in Nashville, the river.
The river.
I think we were roommates. For
really?
I think. I mean, when I was in Geneseo, I was pretty much a freeloader because I didn't have much money. So I probably lived in 12 different places.
Yeah.
But I think one of them, he was actually a roommate for a while.
You think you were roomies? Wow, that's brutal.
This is stuff I haven't thought about in, like I said, 20 years.
He's going to take this very personally. Very personally.
Okay.
You want to hear him?
Well, AIDS and stuff on Facebook says Opie always hated you because you were always a bottom.
Or Jim Chandler.
Well, while they add new comments, why
Greg
don't we
Opie
listen?
Hughes says he always hated Jim in college.
While they add new comments, why don't we listen to the rest of the track?
This morning that Hugh Jackman admitted to peeing his pants. What an embarrassment. Megan, at any time in your life, have you ever had an accident?
The only one I can recall is when I was a kid.
How old were you?
I'd say
18.
probably 3.
What about you, Terry?
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I did. I'm sure I have.
All right.
It's a blackout. Whatever night it happened. Yeah.
Well, Matt writes from New Hampshire, Opie jumps on homeless people's food but doesn't want to hurt some zilch's feelings. Yeah,
Some zilch.
Started radio with the guy.
Yeah.
Jim, Greg Opie Hughes said you jerked off to horseplay in college.
We kind of did like the same radio show together. I think he was doing the news or something for the show.
That's
That was pretty good. But what was he asking that lady about?
How about a microphone there, Colin Quinn?
What was he asking that lady about?
It was a battle of the sexes.
Yeah.
On the radio.
Yeah.
Which I think a minute ago we said was really hacky and terrible. The funny thing.
Thanks, Jim.
No. I mean, just to some.
You know what though? In all fairness, Jim Chandler knows better. He knows this shit.
But I'll bet you that Jim Chandler.
Nashville. What do you want him to do?
It's too specific.
Good
Jim
point.
Chandler probably thinks you said this stuff because, wow, we did go to college together, and
Yeah.
oh no, he does know it's me.
Why did he send all his fans to my Facebook page?
Yeah, why would he do that? We were friends.
They said goodbye. They hugged goodbye after a couple of beers.
Yeah.
Hey, man, good luck with your career. You too.
Yeah, I'll see you soon.
yeah.
I'm sure we'll hook up down the road. Maybe
Yeah,
do a show
we'll
together.
probably
Hey, best of luck, man.
And this is how they hook up down the road.
You know,
trash and club.
We're all in this together, man.
With friends like this, who needs enemies?
Oh,
Good
jeez. Shit.
That was a salient point.
You want the last track?
Of course.
We're in this deep.
Hey, why
Yeah.
did they laugh when that guy said he didn't remember when the last time he peed his pants was? That wasn't funny.
Oh, now, Sam. Now, you understand. Sam, please. It was hysterically funny, and there was a reason for the laughter.
I hope he just glares at me and taps.
I can't. I just can't on this one. We
You were
literally
in college together. With all you had was your dreams, and you were running the college station in the summer, thinking, "Wait till we're really doing this.
It was
Maybe we'll do a show together."
It was WGSU, college radio, and he was one of the guys I started. Him and a few burnouts from my fraternity that are good friends of mine that did their dumb radio shows. And
How do you
never went
how do you
anywhere.
treat them?
You've met them, Buzzy and Fred.
Jim should
The
expect
guys.
a call from Greg Hughes in October 2012.
I got his Twitter account. Thank you, Kevin. I got some splaining to do.
What's his Twitter account?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying.
Oh.
Here's the last track.
We have a multiple choice
probably
question
find it.
starts. All right, Megan, ladies first. Here we go. Is Tom Clancy, a famous
not true.
author, race car driver, or poker player?
Author, I know that one.
Poker player.
No. No, he's an author.
All right, Terry, here's a multiple choice question for you.
Is
A
Greg
handbag,
Opie Hughes a
tote,
scumbag
or clutch?
backstabber?
Yeah, I bet the answer would be yes right there, Ant.
Oh, Chip.
E-Rock, what did I say before I realized that I know this guy really well from the old days?
Said he was lazy.
What did I say?
Chip remembers that shit.
Yeah, you did say he was
Yeah,
lazy.
He did say he was
He
lazy.
said he uses prep burger and that he doesn't work hard and he probably shouldn't be any further along than he is.
I believe that's just lazy radio.
Yeah, it's lazy
Man,
radio.
That's just lazy
How
radio.
the fuck do you get that job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said that?
How
Oh, yeah.
easy is it without they play music and then just talk for a minute?
And you said they sound phony because they're always just doing the same stories and not even saying that they did it earlier.
Right, yeah. I think I said that.
It was mean spirited.
Well, maybe
yeah, but he agreed.
One person's commenting.
Well, maybe the business broke him
Put
down.
gasoline on the fire.
yeah.
That's
Jim,
even worse to say that about him.
Yeah, you're saying he's got no backbone.
Ope says it like, hey, listen, man, I apologize. The business just broke you down,
Yeah,
Jim.
yeah.
I'd rather have you just hate me.
Yeah.
Don't patronize me
You know,
and just say
someone
I'm a
like
beaten,
me,
I'm a
I was
beaten
able
man.
I was able to transcend that whole thing and make it in the business, but you got beaten down and weren't able to become.
Oh God! If we
successful.
didn't have a national show, I would not be in this business.
It's like, I pity you, Jim.
I wouldn't be in
That's
one
all.
fucking market at this age.
I don't
Get
hate
out of
you.
here.
I pity you, Jim.
I pity you.
Jim, Opie says, drop dead. Your show sucks. Choke out a big, juicy black dick.
But I didn't say that.
Well, you're credited as saying that.
You know what? Yeah, it doesn't matter now. It's on a
I
Facebook
did
page.
say
It's true.
that they sound like they should be doing better radio.
Well, and
They
that
sound-
they're
That's
lazy.
all he said.
And
he
I
says
did-
like they're not living up
and
to their
I-
potential.
And I gave them an A+ on their radio voices. Let's
Yes.
remember that.
Yes, that is
Well,
true.
you
But he
the
always
one
had that
guy.
voice. Even at 18, he had that voice, which was kind of creepy.
Oh, very creepy when you're sleeping in your room. He comes, Opie, you awake?
Opie,
Opie.
wake up.
How'd you like to feel a couple of warm lips?
Let's do some radio together.
Something's turgid.
Turgid.
I think we lived together for a
Read
little
some Tom
while.
Clancy novels together.
Somebody says,
across from GJ. What was it? GJ's, yeah.
do you think he'll have his feelings hurt if somebody wrote, they say Jim is an Opie wannabe?
Oh, shit.
He was absolutely ahead of me.
He'll think that you're
He had fucking more skills than I did.
Stuff is too specific, though. It sounds like you're probably saying it on the. Like I would
Yeah.
believe that if I read it.
He'll think you're on your
Yeah.
national satellite radio show saying that fucking guy was always an Opie wannabe.
Or clutch. Which purse is the smallest?
I say clutch.
Clutch.
The clutch.
Yeah,
That's correct.
there you go.
Yeah. Yes, you were on the board with the first right answer.
Yeah. Okay, get back in the game with this one, Megan. During the middle of what inning do baseball crowds sing,
Seventh.
Take Me Out to the Ball Game?
No, they sing that in the first inning if there's rain.
No. They could do it, but that wouldn't be as organized.
And it would make it even longer.
They do it in the 7th inning for the 7th inning stretch.
All right, Terry. You are in a very good position here because if you get this one right, there's no way she can come back and beat you. The town of Salem.
Yeah.
Salem is the setting for what long-running soap opera?
Oh. The Witches of Our Lives.
Yes! You're kidding! You got that!
Terry, is that your story?
What's that?
Is that your story? Is that the soap opera you watch?
I used to.
All right, cool. Everybody has that history. Like, I used to watch it with my mom. My mom made me watch it.
Stefano DeMiro.
Wow, Terry.
I love that
Good
show.
job. You are the winner.
Those guys weren't bad.
Opie's like, yeah, they're not bad.
Yeah, one person says, don't worry, Jim. Greg, with 2 Gs, explained to us how we have to make all of these same jokes in about 40 minutes.
Do you understand? I never tap out. I even go after my own mom, but in this
Yeah.
case, I absolutely tapped out.
That's an old friend, an old colleague, an old
Because it's not the
roommate.
guy, it's that it brought up a time when Ope was innocent.
Yes,
That's true, yeah.
It was a time of innocence.
time.
Yeah, when you felt like, wow, I never thought I'd get
We're going to take on the world.
A time of dreams.
We're not going to trash other people.
We used to sit around and drink beers like, someday we'll both be in New York radio.
Opie, your
It's
life
gonna happen to us.
life was through the windshield, not in the rearview mirror.
Unfortunately, only happened to
And
one of us.
now, where is it?
Eagerly looking forward.
Yes.
Listen, you got
Yes.
these comments include Greg Hughes is a multimillionaire. How about you, Jim?
Now it's just getting personal.
Opie is glad that you failed.
He's not going to be happy reading any of these.
It's only just begun. That's the best
One
part.
person says, Greg Hughes says he likes you, Jim. Not really. He dislikes you.
That is absolutely.
But how about this? Somebody's pointing out Jim Chandler's no friend of Opie. He isn't even following him on the Twitter.
Ah.
Now, Jim Chandler isn't following you.
Well, how do they know what Jim Chandler's Twitter is even?
People are very easy.
Okay.
I mean, it's easy to say at Jim Chandler 1075.
Well, I'm
Why
reading on
would you do
Facebook.
that?
According
Oh, shit. Oh, all right. I take it back. I take that back.
Why
Everyone
would you
forget I said that.
Why would you
Forget
do
I
that?
said that.
According to Greg Hughes,
Whoopsie.
Jim Chandler suffers from extreme herpes.
I don't know that.
That's what you said on the Facebook.
I wish I hadn't said that.
He was more like
I just reloaded
he
it,
was
it
very
disappeared.
professional with his approach to radio, and I was like
Yeah.
the loose cannon even in college. Like
Yeah, that happens.
He was about being in management and doing the proper structured show.
Sure.
and I was like,
that's what he's doing.
And I was like, fuck that. Let me get some of my drunk fraternity brothers on the air and see what happens.
That's his
First of all,
dream.
why the hell were you in Tennessee? That's the other question.
No, there's
that's the
he
other
moved.
thing. Radio guys move around a lot, and I've certainly moved a few times, but I bet you this guy has moved quite a lot in the last 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
He's not from Nashville. He's from upstate New York somewhere, I think.
uprooted. Oh, no, like Scorch.
Oh, yeah. He used to work in Albany.
I got
listen.
A lot of I got 600,000 people downloaded my app.
Yeah,
They
Really?
There's
Did they,
nothing.
Scorch?
There's nothing to look at. Their Facebook page has been taken down.
So now the guy knows. Now the guy knows.
They took down their Facebook
They
page.
took down the entire page.
Yes, they
Now my
did.
old friend knows.
That's the second Facebook page we've taken down this week.
He's known actually for a few minutes, and he probably was wondering why was it continuing.
Yeah. That is the second Facebook page that has been taken down this week
Why
because
does
of
Opie keep
Jocktober.
talking about me?
El Toto in Brooklyn. Opie sounds so uncomfortable. Absolutely.
Oh, my
I mean,
This
you
is a very rare thing that I tap out.
You should call them on the air and apologize.
You really should.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be quiet in the background.
Yeah, we won't say anything.
I think you should.
Yeah, I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him.
Yeah. See if we can get him.
You should try to get some of the other guys.
Let's
that
try
used
to get
do
him on
radio
here.
with.
Yeah, true. But you got to straighten this out. I don't
Yeah.
think because you know what? This will only fester in his head. Like he'll be like, "Oh my God, fucking Opie, what the fuck is he doing?
Right.
Why is he doing this to me?
I mean, the guy
Why?
said that you dislike him.
I'm trying to remember his real name too. He's used Jim Chandler for a long time.
That's not his real name?
I'm trying to remember Jim.
No.
It's not.
Jim Crow?
It's not.
Yes, it was
what's
him.
that fucking
Just ask him.
Chuck
Jim
Roast?
Chandler,
Is
when
it
you
Chuck
call him
Roast?
Chandler?
Chuck Roast, I think.
Is it Chuck Roast?
Is that his real
Is
name?
that his real name? Chuck Roast. Who the fuck would use that name as on the radio? Oh, that's right.
Colin, you understand when you first started in comedy, there's those guys you started with, and you had dreams.
Exactly. We're just trashing everything and destroying things.
Did you guys ever? Oh, but did you guys ever sit around drinking a few beers when you were roomies and just talk about like your plans for radio?
Oh yeah, our approach was certainly different, but we were like, man,
they got
we're
a little
gonna
buzz
make it
on.
in
They
this
get a little buzz
business.
on. You're like, man, you know what? We are the new fucking voice of radio, man. Not this old school shit.
Yeah.
These fucking boss jocks and
Carol
shit.
Miller and
Yeah. We're the new voice, man. We're gonna make clink, and they're constantly clinking their fucking beer bottles together, drinking. Oh, it's gonna be great. Fast forward to now. He's fucking sitting there going, that prick. What did he do? Why?
Why would he had a horrible Long Island accent. How is he doing well? I practice my radio voice, and that fucker has a national show. He stammers half the fucking time.
And what school is this like?
I started by myself. Yes.
What school was that? You guys were-
Geneseo.
I thought so. Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Just a couple of guys on nice.
Yeah, Anthony, you're being corrected. They're road sodas.
Oh, well, you're having a couple
I'm sure
of
we've
road
had some road
sodas.
sodas together.
Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, look at that.
Did that just happen? We just made fun of someone that literally I started radio with.
Destroyed him.
That wasn't even made fun of. It was
Literally.
brutalized.
It was brutalization.
Yeah. How many
ruined
Twitter
their Facebook
followers?
page.
Oh, wait, that's his
there's
personal Facebook
He
page?
looks like a nice guy.
Oh, yeah, look, he studied speech communication at State University of New York at Geneseo. Just like
there
you.
he is.
Does it say all the stations he had to work at?
Right now, Clear Channel Communications. WFLY, The Fly.
In Albany.
College. He's there with a link to Geneseo.
Yeah.
I could look up his old alumni. You're probably on there.
What the hell's he been doing for 30 years?
Exactly. Not much on that page, huh?
How many followers does he have?
It's got to be.
On Twitter, he's got to have.
Well, how many are you up to, Opie?
I don't know.
Opie's got about 116.
Yeah, it's up there. What does this guy got?
You should have had 100, Colin.
Colin's very self-destructive.
What's wrong with you? That's a milestone that a lot of people hope to reach.
I know. I was very happy when I reached it. I was very proud for this. What are you doing? It lasted about 4 hours. Literally 4 hours. I was over 100,000. I was back.
And now you're down to like 80 something or something.
I lost about 2,500 that day.
Because you just kept retweeting everything anybody said.
Jokes.
Colin, it was one of the funniest things I witnessed ever.
First of all,
I just sat and read your Twitter for probably 4 straight hours.
I told you, a silly producer, I wanted to come in today. Did you see what I tweeted the other day? Bad Blood by Neil Sedaka. I demand that video for Midnight Special be shown. I wanted to enter to Bad Blood. I tweeted it and I just clicked the link, and anybody who tweeted was like, I hate you for life. It's one of the best. You got to see his jeans, his dance.
It's just fantastic, right?
Hey, Sam,
Kelly, watch it.
people are saying you might have set me up. Sam.
How would I know who you went to college with?
There's people out there that know shit.
Hey, wait a minute. By the way, Sam was getting a little overzealous on the shit hour with the name change of the station. With the Opie and Anthony channel, and saying that the 10 to 11 should be the Sam Roberts channel.
Yeah.
Sam is trying to fuck you over here for your job.
But be honest.
You could have it.
A name like Sam
You can have
Roberts
it
does
this
seem like a
point.
showbiz name.
Oh, it is.
It's
Sam
got a
Roberts.
natural charisma to it.
Primetime Sam Roberts calls himself.
Yes.
Primetime Sam Roberts.
Sam Roberts. Ugh.
It is. I'm Sam Roberts with you.
Horrible.
Are we?
How you doing?
Are we finding out more info about him?
His Twitter was
Married?
loading.
Kids?
He's married. Yeah, he's married with kids.
How many kids?
2.
How old?
I don't know what their ages are.
You probably got married like when you're supposed to. Not when you're in your 40s.
Well,
had very different paths.
How could you marry a young chick when you're in your fucking 20s? When you're, well, you can. But Patrice O'Neill in the hizzy. Come on in, man. Take a seat. Sam Roberts, get the fuck out of here.
Why don't we break?
We could break.
Patrice O'Neill, Colin Quinn, joining the show.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jim Chandler. I had no idea.
Yeah. You're going to have to fucking... You got some personal explaining to do to that gentleman.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You have to explain. If he knows anything about your career, he would know the caliber of listener that we have and understand how those posts can end up on his Facebook page.
Yeah. He probably knows that you attacked him for a little while, and then it just got crazy.
And then realized, you're going to have to sit there and be like, hey,
I'm just going to turn off all my shit and hope it goes away.
Is that to just hope
like anyone else? Like anyone else. Not checking my Twitter, Facebook, nothing for a while.
People are saying just blame Sam.
Yeah, I'm going to blame
That's a good
Sam.
idea.
Hey, Patrice is wearing a vest. What are you going, rafting or something?
That's a good one, Chip.
That's how it starts?
Patrice just got a pained look on his face when he walked in. He goes, Jocktober?
No, it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
We waited. We were trying to get it done before you got here.
Yeah.
We knew you didn't want to deal with that horse shit.
I know. But this time we didn't know. Opie knows one of the guys. Didn't know he knew the guy until after we trashed
started in radio.
Brutal. And the fans were
college
brutal.
radio.
Yeah.
They were brutal.
Think about the guys you're starting comedy with. You really would leave them alone, wouldn't you?
No.
Bob Kelly?
Well, you guys are
Bob
different.
Kelly.
No. You guys are different. You're
But it was-
brutal all the time.
No, but that was a real brutalization. We wouldn't brutalize people that we know for real, like be really mean.
Yeah.
Like that was
It
genuinely.
would be in love.
Yeah.
Right.
That wasn't loving.
No.
I
I just thought it was,
He's lazy. He's terrible.
I
There's
just
a lot
thought it
of-
was just another radio schmuck.
Horrible song parodies.
And when I heard the voice, I'm like,
Phoniness.
something's not right
And
here.
let's get one thing straight. The guys he started with in comedy, Dane Cook, Bill Burr, they leave him.
This is Colin's song. Jesus.
Ah, right.
He's taking over the show.
Neil Sedaka.
Fucking Colin. Turn it up for Colin.
This is great.
You gotta watch the video.
Oh, yeah.
I want all the listeners to watch the video at home.
Yeah.
Midnight Special, Neil Sedaka, Bad Blood.
Really, it's got to be the most awful thing ever.
Colin turned into a weirdo. You're just a weirdo now,
What am I
man.
supposed to be on Twitter going, hey, fans, try to catch me there? Fuck that shit. Twitter's fucking... All I'm trying to do is tell people Twitter's retarded.
Exactly. Thank you.
I'm just about there. I agree with you.
It's like
Well, you
people
saw,
will think
I agree with you.
they're trying
Kenya
too
Martin
hard.
had a nervous breakdown. Kenya Martin, he lost it and then ended his Twitter account.
Really?
He
What
told
happened?
everybody, hope you get AIDS and die and this and that. And he just left Twitter.
You could just blow up shit with Twitter and then
They
leave.
left Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They left.
Colin doesn't do one like real or I think honest tweet. There isn't.
No.
Yeah, there's no plugs for shows.
Twitter doesn't deserve that.
There's no. See, you're playing it perfectly because Colin's shit is so anti-Colin.
Yeah.
But people buy into it.
Of course
we
they
could
do.
we could say it like this and say, look, Colin is bullshitting you on Twitter, but then you'll post something
And they don't
people
believe
will be
it.
like, you're an asshole.
It's amazing.
No one
How
gets it.
They don't get it.
It's sad, but it's also an indication of what goes on. Like the fact that we were just talking about his new buddy Troy Davis, and it's like the fact that if I go on there and I'm like, hey, Troy Davis, what a shame, another great person with a lot of potential dies. Half the people are outraged because they think I'm serious, and the other half are like, yeah, I agree with you.
Well,
Yeah. No one
It's
goes,
nauseating.
he's just being an asshole.
I wrote Al Davis dies, Raiders are back.
Yes. Yeah.
That's good.
And people are mad. I go, what are you mad at? That he died or the Raiders are back?
Yeah.
Like, I understand
Right.
what you trying to meld the context, but it was two facts
Yeah.
that I stated. And Twitter world,
Not good.
I love the Twitter thing because you really can fuck with people, and it's just fun to do. That whole Casey Anthony thing.
Oh, my God.
Just I would specifically find women from the Orlando area because you could search, knowing that they were mothers from the Orlando area, knowing that they know the case. They're it's in the news, crazy all over the country. Down there, it's even worse. And I was able to just start retweeting them, but altering their tweets to make it seem like they were sympathetic to Casey Anthony, and they would be like, "I never said that." Whoa, thinking they could sue me for altering
you were able
their tweet.
to alter their tweets.
Yeah,
you just quote the tweet.
You just retweet
Like
them
you ever
and then
see Malcolm
change
X?
their tweets. It's great.
You ever
Make
see
it
Malcolm
short
X?
and
Where he
of
goes,
course.
that's too much power for one man.
It is too much power
that's how
for
you-
one man.
That's how you really
Yes.
feel.
Yeah. And I was like, and then I would retweet it, alter their tweet, and then be like, oh my God, at least you're thinking like me and agree that she needs to be set free. And their whole They tweet every 3 minutes about how guilty she was and how she should
And they
get
said they
the
were going to
chair.
sue you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to sue you for slander. All of a sudden, everyone's a lawyer. Everyone's a doctor.
Then Opie went in. Opie started up the wrong hornet's nest. I wouldn't fuck with Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I
Don't
didn't
mess with the fucking Beliebers. They don't play
I
games.
haven't even talked about that one on the radio
That's
yet.
crazy.
That was the same time you were going.
Yeah,
you were having your own.
but
thing.
Justin and then they got some serious.
What happened?
Intense followers.
You just get bored with the whole Twitter thing, so you want to stir shit up.
Yeah.
Everyone's thinking, like, what's the end game with Twitter? Like, what is it?
How do they make money?
How does it go? How does it end?
No, how does it end
like,
for you individually?
personally? Like, do you just continue the rest of your life tweeting what you had for dinner
Right.
and shit? I mean,
But you don't do that. There's some
no,
people
I
that
don't.
just.
But I mean, like, I'm not talking about like me or
But
you or
you
anybody.
do
like-
have tweet needs.
Yeah.
Here's what Twitter just fucked up. Twitter just fucked up.
There are tweet
And I said
needs.
this before, Twitter fucked up the idea that celebrities are better than you. That's all. That's what it's done.
That is
It's
true.
just I'm better than you. Now I don't have. Norton has a lot of followers.
Yeah.
I have less than Norton, but we're in the thousands. Colin hates
Right.
it, and he's in the thousands.
Yeah.
But there's fucking squares who got 70, and it's just that's what they do, and that's what it is, and you get people that go, hey man, you don't tweet enough.
For what?
Suck a dick, man.
I've seen people with literally 10 followers and 10,000 tweets.
Yeah.
They felt that they needed to get what they had to say out to 10 people.
Yeah.
And
10,000
motherfuckers
times.
that know you and say what's up to you on like,
Yeah.
don't fucking. Norton did it. Don't fucking acknowledge me.
Wait,
through
when did I
Twitter,
say hi to you?
You toilet in the head, in a dumb avatar with his fucking face in the toilet. Why does Norton have to be a creep all the time?
Because they won't
Why can't he
verify me.
smile? Just hey guys, I'm
Yeah,
a fucking his head's
You're
in
right.
the toilet.
A fucking 8x10, like mine is 8x10.
Yes.
I'm an 8x10
Colin's got a lovely
It had to be verified, so I had to take a picture on the spot.
He verified.
I verified myself. They
Yeah.
won't verify me.
Damn, licking a toilet.
Why
That's
would they
right. What else
verify
should I be
us? Are we
doing?
too
Get a
dirty or
nice 8x10
something?
like I have up there.
When did-
From 14
When did I
years
say
ago.
hi to you on Twitter? What was I
You
doing?
said something.
There's idiots
You
that
said
are
something
verified
that
and we're not verified.
You never
Why?
called me and said,
I like the
don't
fact that
remember.
Norton had a
Who
lonely
cares?
moment
Whatever.
where he reaches out to Patrice, and in true fashion, as we all are as comedians,
Wow.
Patrice's like, fuck you,
Just
Norton.
shits
Even though they're
on
friends, he's like, hey, in his cold
Patrice
world,
has
one
to
of
say
guys
fuck
are
you
like
all the
Patrice.
time.
That's not true.
You have to say fuck you all the
Colin
time.
does the same shit. You cannot. If you go, hi, Colin, he goes, ooh, what are you fucking? I saw that coming from fucking. Hello, Colin. don't fucking call me with the fact that you and you thinking you're sitting there looking at your fucking TV and you just fucking. I know I got a replay of my fucking special on, and you just go, oh, let me. It's just hi, Colin. How
Just
are you?
from saying
and
hi,
when
yeah.
you call him, you know he's making a decision on whether to answer the phone or not. Stop trying to be a mysterious, coy old man. No one, you're not James Bond. You fucking small dick Mick.
First of all, I don't like the fact.
And by the way, just because Colin hurts you, you don't have to hurt me, bully.
Yeah, you went after Jimmy for no reason.
Exactly.
I like the
Well,
fact that
it's a
this guy projects whatever shit he's going on, but he's fucking not in. I answer my phone all the fucking time.
He's lying.
How do you say agoraphobia in fucking ebonics? You fucking, I don't even leave your house
Just say
for 6 months.
agoraphobia, you racist. Why? Why?
I don't want you to mistake it for like your cousin's middle name.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that a Toyota to sell joke? You sicken me.
That's good.
Fucking asshole.
It is. It's
I
good.
fucking hate
It's good. It's
God
good.
damn it.
He leaves his house for a gig at like the fucking St. Louis Punchline once every 3 months. And then he goes back, sits there waiting for his
It's
acolyte.
the same.
I'll tell you exactly what he is.
He needs to stop.
He's like a tribal king in the middle of New Jersey. He has like six. He has
Colin,
six.
Colin
he has
is
six
every. He's every
six
criminal.
black open micers.
He's
that wait
he's
outside his
every
house.
criminal. He's every criminal from all Elector books mixed up. He thinks he's out enjoying the day. He lives on the 55th floor of a 57th floor building. He's almost at the top. He cries on a regular basis. It's nothing worse than an Irishman that doesn't drink to get it all out. He's a sober Irish angry angry, sad man.
Do you cry a lot, Colin?
Yes.
I
He
kind of
does. And
I realized the other day,
but his tear ducts are all dead, so it's just tears all in his liver. It seeps in his body. He's a big tear.
Too old
If
to
you
get the
squeeze
tears
him,
up to the ducts.
He's salty.
I realized the other day that my life for the past 7 years has followed Whitey Bulgers in many.
We're all miserable. Do you understand how much I miss Tough Crowd? We're all miserable.
Everybody does.
And now we're
man.
all
That was-
split up. I'm telling you, I'm obsessed with Tough Crowd. We all split up.
It was
Great show,
fucking
man.
great.
And it's just everybody's by themselves sad.
Then why don't we pitch it somewhere else? Why don't you pitch it somewhere else? There's a million more networks now.
Shit, I didn't even think of that. I hate him so much.
But I mean, did you pitch it or did you just think about it? And not do
You
it?
shut the fuck up, Lord.
Hold on. You don't know
Colin's
we pitched it
yelling,
either.
of
That's a fair
course.
question.
He
okay.
did.
I didn't know that.
Of course,
The reason it makes me exactly.
And then you got a lot of
when right when it was ending. This dope who thinks he's in showbiz. The thing that bothers me the most is Norton sometimes thinks he's in showbiz. Yeah, you know, I met this, and it's like somebody from like 14 years ago that I know. You know, it's like, yeah, I know. And he's like, you should picture the play when it first ended, like HBO or FX. Like I didn't have a fucking TV. I didn't know.
Yeah, you don't even know what's
I was
on.
like, oh, because they're like, well, I mean, you know, I was like, really? It's a fair. Of course, I fucking.
And
I
then
had my
you
top
got
team.
you got the Tough Crowd out there in watered down versions now
Yeah.
too, man. All over the fucking place.
Comics Unleashed is funny.
Oh.
Holy shit! When I see the collection of nothing on that
Be more
fucking
funny.
thing, every time I go by it on the channel guide, I stop just to see who's on, and it's like, really?
No, but the best part is they'll have like a segment where they're like, so you think the administration should invade Iran? And the guy does 2 minutes on Iran. And they go, no, you don't like first dates. The next question. It's like, wait, what?
Wait, what? Yeah.
But Byron Allen does it
they're
pretty. It's seamless the way he does it, though. Like you never realize he knew what they were going to
Can
say.
you imagine that show is on TV? Can you imagine
No.
the amazing, like, look, Byron, I don't know Byron, Allen, but that show, as a comics should just stop doing that show on
Not
every
going.
level.
I think they have if you look at the lineup.
I hear you like cheese, and it's just...
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it is, and it's so fucking bad.
Set up for my act so I could do a part of my act and then go to the next comic.
And he's making
Terrible.
millions off of horse shit.
Yeah.
He got one called Comedy.tv,
Yeah.
and it comes on at 4 a.m. on various, and won't pay for flights, won't pay for
Nothing.
just, and want you to come and do this show that no one knows is going to be on when, how, and
yourself.
where.
Yeah, fuck yourself.
It's so fucking amazing, man.
I watch Tough Crowd clips sometimes on YouTube, and it still really does make me angry that it got
Yeah.
off the air. I'm not mad about other projects I've done that have
How long
failed,
was it
but
on
that
again?
one 2 seasons.
2 seasons.
But that one still really
that
bugs
it?
me. Yeah,
Seems like it's fun.
03 and 04.
Just fun
It
to
ended
watch.
7 years ago. It's almost like the anniversary.
Holy
I
shit.
can't believe that's been off the air for 7 years.
7 fucking years.
That's when we got back on radio.
Yeah, there was
right.
like a
There,
1
right.
month overlap.
Perfect for
That's
Jim
right.
Norton.
Jim seamlessly jumped from
right.
coattail to
Holy
coattail.
shit, you guys
Jim
were...
never-
Dude, I went
not
from
on the
Jim
radio.
jumped like
You
then.
weren't on the radio
I went
during...
from radio August of 02 off the air. November of 02, we started doing the writing and stuff like that for Tough Crowd, and eventually the fucking first 8 episodes.
What do you mean the writing? You mean
When me and Keith, Keith and I would be in the office together, and sometimes we were tuckered out, so we would put our feet up and fall asleep while other people were writing.
I made the mistake of trusting some of these assholes to be part of the
creative process.
Yeah.
I walk in, him and Keith be sitting there, and it's the early days of like, you know, porn. So of course Norton was always on a porn site.
On a Mac, yeah.
Yeah. And Keith is just like half asleep, like a fucking sleeping frog.
I'm fucking
God
tired.
damn it, I'm tired.
I'm tired.
I drove 2 hours to get here.
Geraldo would at least be working hard because he was in the other office, and
Look where that got
DePaulo.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Exactly.
But even then, nobody really put in a good, honest effort.
I would have.
No, you wouldn't have.
I would have.
You were in the doghouse with me until 2 weeks after that, remember?
What happened?
Oh, me and Colin had
We
had
had
a
a fucking
beef
falling
that we
out.
that
A
we
real
both
blowout, or is
that,
this-
that we
Oh,
both
shit. No.
look at. White people are so sensitive. But I had a falling out. With, I would had a falling out with the owner of the Cellar at the same time. No. Yes, because this was the NBC one.
Yeah.
And
Oh, right, yeah.
Walk us through this. What happened?
I don't.
I'll tell you exactly what happened.
I'll tell you what happened. No, I don't want you. I want you to tell the story. Right. I don't want you to.
All right, let Colin
try.
One thing about Irish people, we remember every fucking little incident.
But here's the thing. To this
I'll
day,
tell you exactly
to this
what
day,
happened.
he fucking thinks it was my fault, and I don't think it was my fault. And he wouldn't let me apologize.
All right, let's go.
That's why.
Let's get it.
Let him talk.
He's right about that. Doesn't that sound like a perfect example of my character and his, that I wouldn't let him apologize?
Yes. Thank you.
You can just envision that. Let's all envision that based on the two people we know here. I won't let you apologize.
He had overthinking face during you know what? I didn't mean that. You couldn't even have a context of not meaning how he took it.
Really?
It's how he felt. There's a saying.
He doesn't remember what happened.
I do.
All right, wait. Let him tell the story.
Let me say this last thing.
Okay.
It's a thing called intent versus impact. What I intended to happen.
Reverend Run.
Thank you. I intended not for him to take it the way it was, and someone else was the catalyst in this. And I hope
he sounds like he's talking to his legal aid lawyer.
I hope that he says the party that kind of was started.
All right, let him talk.
The party.
I want to hear Colin.
My intent, Your Honor, was not what the impact.
Don't be
of that
racist,
situation
man. I'm
happened.
tired of these fucking pink skinned people that other white people hate. Irish are the niggas of white people. We should be together. I love Colin,
Your Honor,
but he's somehow a racist.
My intent was not my impact on the obviousness. Your
Go
Honor.
ahead. Go ahead.
7 years ago, right?
Go ahead with his new style. Instead of combing it over, he just lets it go crazy like this on purpose.
It's like 2 weeks away from kicking a football and missing it.
Shut up and let it
You might have lost
soak
a
in.
few. Colin. You might have lost a few up there.
This fucker's trying to do the something about Mary's sperm hair. And it's just
You're damn right I am.
son of a bitch. Good. I'm glad you're going bald. So now tell the story.
All right,
Fuck.
Asshole.
First of all, I'm
don't forget the meeting that he had with me and my mother in the room at the same time.
I'm glad you're going bald. Go tell the story. All right. This nincompoop.
Holy shit.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I heard that, motherfucker. Go ahead.
It's a long, boring story. I'm too big to tell the social, but I'll give you the quick one. Ready? The quick one is I bring these nobodies, truly, onto NBC against, by the way, which cost that show, we do, because I had to go against certain powers that be to get these, once again, no names on this show when they wanted to go with a certain type of show. And I was like, no, these guys are hilarious. We hang out at the Cellar. It's going to be great. We do 3 episodes on NBC. It was great. These guys get shit. I didn't even make that much money, but these guys got really shit money. So they expected, because, like I said, amateurs in the business, we should have got paid big money. It's live television. So they got like, what, $2,000 a show, something like that. So they're like, well, we're supposed to go. So the one with the Cellar one day, they start busting my balls, especially Patrice, of course, the leader. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, let me tell the story now. Now you remember.
Let him talk.
Now
Let him talk.
Busting balls. Don't listen to busting balls now. We were teasing them. We were teasing them.
I understand totally busting balls.
Okay.
Keeps doing it, and you can tell, like, they keep doing it, and the whole table's getting, like, kind of angry. Like, Wanda Sykes is there, she's getting annoyed, Manny's getting annoyed, and even I'm like, all right, guys, and you could tell there was, like, a lot of anger underneath, like, it wasn't just normal busting balls.
You couldn't tell.
And it didn't stop. Yes, you. Well, the whole table. Wait, every other professional comedian.
Time out.
Wanda Sykes is a professional comedian.
Colin isn't mad now. But look how mad he is. How the
They
fuck
never got
do you,
past this.
How the
This
fuck
is
do you
wonderful.
know? How the fuck do you know Colin
The scab just got past.
is fucking hurt? He's a closed man. He doesn't smile when he's happy. He doesn't cry when he's sad. He's this. How the fuck do I know his feelings are getting hurt while we busting his balls?
All right, let him
about
continue.
money?
Let him continue.
So anyway, it turned into, according to all the people at the table except Patrice, it turned into an uncomfortable kind of angry thing that he was going for. So after a while, I was like, all right, fine.
Not true, though.
I go, shut up.
Okay.
So then Wanda speaks up for me. Wanda goes, you guys, you understand? She basically pinned out, even though she wasn't a part of the show. Do you understand how him getting you no names on the show, probably how that uncomfortable was. So then you have the black man, black woman fight, which is going on for hundreds of years, where it's like, we work all day and you guys sit around and wait for us to come home, and they're like, oh, fuck you, They have their own tension. They have their own tension. First and 15th
reading
tension.
the Willie Lynch papers to me, you fucking douche. I don't like how Colin sneakily learns about black people and then attacks you with it in front of white people that don't know. Asshole, go ahead. I know about the busing situation in Boston, motherfucker, go. By the way, we are joking the whole time, but
things got ugly.
Manny, I'm gonna tell you, Colin wasn't there until Wanda opened her fucking mouth, and she's drunk, and she's like, y'all saying some fucked up shit about Zabba Zabba, and then
Not true.
let me tell you how fucking
The whole table was uncomfortable.
Manny, no, they wasn't, and Manny. We had him out because I said, "Man, your teeth are fantastic."
Was that the same night?
It's a year later. This guy's crazy.
No. Wait,
Holy
I'm saying,
shit.
I'm saying these are the people.
Do you want to hear the
that
rest of
you're
the story?
dealing with.
Patrice, you gotta let him finish.
What fucking?
You'll have a turn.
He's digressing because he sees that I have every beat down, motherfucker.
I need to know who was at the table too.
Keith.
Patrice is stressing that everyone was joking, and Colin, no matter what Colin says during this.
I don't remember this.
No matter what Colin says during this story, remember that Patrice's side of this whole thing is that they were joking.
Right,
Let's
exactly.
Just keep that
That's
through.
by the way, the great amateur comics excuse for everything. Hey, it's a joke.
No.
Fuck you.
He said,
Let me finish that
Colin, was I there or no?
He's saying,
Hold on, was I there?
Anthony,
Yeah.
listen to what he's saying. Somebody should have known. There's no onus on him to go, it's getting uncomfortable. And when it got uncomfortable, instead of saying, man, it got and I apologize. He's not saying that for what it did to him, but I was joking. He wouldn't take that as a joke. He's not saying that.
All right, let him finish the story. I want to hear the whole story.
Right,
then we can get into it. And really
story.
fast, it was Patrice, Keith, Wanda, who else? Do you remember, Colin?
Manny.
No, I don't remember.
Manny?
But,
okay, good.
I remember.
But all right, who else?
Who else was there?
You're a liar. You don't remember now.
No.
I knew he didn't remember. That's why. I remember the whole story, so he wasn't getting a little credit. Like I remember who was there. You don't. Let's move on.
I know who's there. I remember the story.
Yeah, they always lie.
And Colin didn't get hurt.
All right. Let him finish.
Said something.
Let him finish.
See, that's the true side of a sociopath. They try to twist the story like, oh, here's what happened. You were never hurt. You don't know how I felt.
This is a straight up story without any digs at it.
I'm never going to hear the story. That's the problem.
And then afterwards,
I'm not falling for this horse shit.
as much as I love Colin, I will afterwards tell the story of the time I accidentally hurt him and didn't know until he yelled at me. He's hard to read sometimes.
He won't say that he's hurt.
Did me and Ann ever hurt your
Irish
feelings?
shit. Of course you have.
Okay, good.
Oh, good.
Oh, we have? We just don't know it?
You just don't fucking know it. He's a sensitive prick.
Sometimes it's hard to tell a Colin because Colin, you'll say something and he'll go like, "Shut your mouth," and you're afraid to be sensitive because you don't know if he's so if he's like honestly telling you something. No.
He's Ebenezer Scrooge with no ghost.
Okay, but let's not forget what happened here.
Okay.
Let's get the whole story out.
I went and literally caught, whatever politics went on to make sure that these motherfuckers were on this show twice. Once on NBC, you know what I mean? And they're both amazing. And I'm not acting like I did somebody a big favor, but I did.
In them.
And
they didn't have names.
I definitely,
at the time.
And we love
you could argue that I paid the price.
Don't forget that.
Anyway, Anyway, we have this big blowout. We don't talk for a few months. You know what I mean?
He had a big blowout, and he didn't talk to me for months.
But everybody else at the table was totally comfortable with it and felt it was totally appropriate.
Fuck
they
these,
weren't on screen.
I'm trying to say
Wait,
these
Colin,
motherfuckers don't count,
were you
Colin.
yelling at the table? Did you guys yell?
Yes, it turned ugly at the table.
Okay.
No.
Oh,
no, I remember this.
In what way did it turn ugly? What were you saying back, Colin?
Colin did not get ugly. Colin got quiet, and then he mumbled his anger. Like when I go, "Hey, Colin, man, what's the?" I was surprised. I really was. And that's when Colin goes.
You felt it was too real.
He's right about this. I did say he did because it got weird because I felt like Wanda was trying to defend me. Sounded like, oh, great, now I got somebody having to defend me. And I was like, it was kind of a yeah, that's true. And then Patrice goes, and I go, it was kind of out. I didn't say, I just said, it was kind of a But first of all, let's not act like you've gone out of your way. It's not, if we.
I did. I said sorry.
Anyway.
And you wouldn't accept it. Just say that part. Did I apologize, Colin?
I don't remember, but I guarantee if you did.
Irish people remember everything.
It was with that loud,
kind
of like
hypocrite. This hypocrite.
It was like, I'm sorry.
This hypocrite.
He probably said sorry. No, if he said sorry, I guarantee it was like, I guarantee if he apologized, it was like when some lady brings a kid up to school and goes to say you're sorry to the teacher. I'm sorry, and they don't really mean it.
Absolutely not.
So anyway,
I was very contrite, which is how white people like it.
Yeah.
I
we just like the fact that you know that word.
Yeah, you were supposed to call him Mr. Collins when you said
Mr.
sorry.
Collins, sir. Mr. Collins. I even said Mr. Collins.
Here's one of
Mr. Collins.
Here's one of. All right, well, that's a sidetrack. I'll get to later.
You gotta let him talk.
Absolutely.
People want Colin.
Shut the fuck up.
They want to hear Colin.
This is the people. This is
because
what
you're gonna get a chance. I'm telling you, I want to hear Colin's side.
This is what fucked up Colin. Those are the people. That's Wanda. That's them. Who go,
You mean
these
reasonable
people,
human beings that don't like a
that-
50-minute black filibuster?
All right, go ahead.
You're a black filibuster.
Tell them to shut the fuck them.
You're right.
I want to hear Colin for a second.
No, he's got a good point, though. Those people were really aberrant. They wanted me to actually complete sentences instead of getting interrupted every 2 minutes for a 20-minute filibuster.
Interrupting going on.
All right, go
That's
ahead.
what they're getting at.
It's
That's what
it's
they're getting
emotional.
at.
It's emotional. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anyway,
I'm gonna shut up.
Oh fuck!
so
wait! Before you do, no. This is important. I do want to say I'll be at the Pittsburgh Improv the 20th through the 22nd of this month.
20th and 27th.
I swear I'm gonna shut up.
I don't think you can shut up for a minute.
I will.
Oh,
and don't,
man.
And don't
I really
reverse
don't.
psychology me ever.
I don't think so.
You make me want to talk.
I don't
It's
think
gonna
so.
be
You
quiet.
can't. So.
Don't you ever make me
think so.
shut up as a bet, motherfucker.
Okay, Carl.
Go
see,
ahead.
here's the problem with
You're not gonna get your Carolyn
Well, let me
plug.
I'll sidetrack for a minute. Here's the problem. So then, whatever happens, we start doing Comedy Central. Of course, I'm like, me and Patrice ain't talking. I'm like, he ain't coming on the show. You know what I mean? I don't want him involved. Even though, of course, I love him. I want him on the show. I think he's amazing. And, a couple of emissaries are like, how about you and Patrice? I go, fuck him. You know what I mean? Because he didn't really apologize to me. I know he didn't. Finally, we set up a big, like one of those summit meetings, a big summit, me and Patrice.
And my mother.
And his mom.
And mom.
Your
Luckily,
mom? She was in the room.
his mom shows up, thank God, because I was talking to somebody reasonable. And literally, she's sitting there explaining, as she's done with every well-intentioned white teacher like myself throughout his childhood.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what's wrong with my son. He's just, and I'm like, I know, Mrs. O'Neill. And we have this big screaming match in my office.
This is what I'm saying.
I thought he was going to throw me out the window.
Throw you out the window.
He's literally hovering
You
over
didn't last
me.
a minute, by the way.
A giant bear hovering over me. I think he's going to throw me out my window.
You're like Dangerous Minds, like a teacher in Dangerous Minds.
Colin turned me into angry black guy.
Yeah.
You should have seen this son of a bitch. He had me hovered against my window. I'm like, we're screaming at each other. He's got me against the window. He's literally about to toss me out of my window.
Like Marcellus Wallace with Tony
In
Rocky
the
Horror.
office. No, his mother was great. His mother.
Suge Knight.
No, but I mean that's the
His
one you
mother's
meant.
like Suge.
amazing.
Suge Knight situation.
It was like a Suge Knight situation. It was like Suge Knight. That's exactly what it was like. It was like Suge Knight. But here's the problem with, and let me just say this about Patrice. As much as I love Patrice and feel like he's this brilliant, amazing, talented, unique, distinctive guy, he still sees me like just another member of the white society that he despises, because he can't see me as Colin Quinn. All he sees is a white. And here's how I know, because he'd be
white,
like,
by the way,
in the
very
middle of like tough crowd, he'd try to put me. He thinks he doesn't understand. I'm a comedian too. I'm fucked up too. He thinks I'm like a white guy that has my shit together. He's like, we should go on tour. I'm like, what do you mean? Tour? Yeah, you don't just snap. I'm not your agent. I don't set up a fucking tour.
That's not
I don't just
me.
sit there, Mr. Efficiency.
That's not me.
Yes, it was him.
I never did.
He wanted to
'cause
go
I
on
don't
tour.
do that shit. I don't want
He
to
thinks
go on
I'm.
tour.
I
wanted
might
to
as
do
well
the
be.
show.
I might as well be a fucking. I might as well be a clerk at the Department of Social Services. That's how he fucking looks at me.
Let me tell you, this is a collective of
My benefits didn't come through.
We all.
Where's my benefits?
This was an entire farce to say shitty little jazz. He's full of shit. He had these idiots on the phone with bated breath. All he wanted to do is do a couple of black guy impressions. That's
But
what
it's
I'm saying.
true.
I'm not fucking
No,
falling for this shit.
Don't try to dismiss this as some hacky black impression.
No.
I'm talking about a structural problem in America where black people think white people are like part of this system. They can't look at us as individuals.
Ever.
You say
that's not me.
Maybe it's you that thinks we're the invisible man.
That's not me.
A book you've never read.
I don't think of Colin as that.
Holy shit.
Colin somehow still. This is Colin. As all these compliments he gave me, he still thinks somehow I don't know nothing as a nigga. Like it's just that.
Well, no, that's not that you don't know nothing. It's that you can't see a white person without seeing like a counter and a couple of computers in the back and some guy in the back office. And he doesn't believe this. and a couple of and an Indian in the back office on a computer not giving you whatever.
Believe this. And I'll tell you something. Let me tell you what this boils down to.
Yes, Patrice.
Racism.
Other than racism.
Yeah, other than. Separate from, other than,
because there's a white arrogance there. I saw Planet of the Apes. White people have an arrogance they can't stop.
Which one? The original, the second one, or the new one?
And real quick, but I won't forget, the arrogant part of Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yes.
Was the ending when James Franco told that monkey that fought for his freedom,
right?
You are now free.
Yeah,
really?
It's like,
according to who, Cracker? I just fought for this.
He could have fucking broke his neck right there and said, fuck you.
Neck.
I'm free regardless.
This is why niggas is mad.
That is stupid.
But Colin, he doesn't want to say what it actually is. He's a curmudgeon. He's a mean guy. He breaks people down.
Mean guy.
And wait, this is his crusty outside. He's just like a black woman, hard on the outside, but you get to the middle.
That's right.
It's love. He's like a black maid. So he's like the white Nell Carter. He goes, and you get down to something. Colin was. He was vulnerable. He knows how to express this, but his emotions got there. He was vulnerable at the time, and let me tell you something. My point of view, I fucking loved that fucking show.
Yeah,
and it was just the teasing was it's like if you guys got canceled, and we was like fuck it, let's do it from my house.
Yeah.
Here's some mics, motherfucker, as if to go. I don't give a fuck whether you do radio or not, man. We're friends.
Yeah.
So this show, I didn't think of it on that part. That's my fault. Is that, fuck it. It's great. Let's fucking, who gives a fuck? We boys. So that's my energy was, who gives a shit about this and that? We fucking went about money. But I love that fucking show. I love the other show. I love Colin. That it was
so you
love.
could tell. I can feel the love.
Yeah, man. It's
just never went away.
We
might have to get Patrice's mom on the phone again.
This lingered
for another sit down, right?
But it never ended like we both, because Colin just goes. He just wouldn't let me apologize. He wouldn't let me say, man, I'm sorry for. Here's the thing. He wanted me to do. I'm sorry for what I did. But I said, look, man. I'm sorry for how you took it. I can't go sorry for what I did.
That says it all right there.
I'm sorry you were hurt.
Is there anything more disingenuous than anybody going, I'm sorry for how you took it? I obviously wasn't wrong. I'm sorry that you're twisted how you took it. You're a phony white motherfucker for saying that. You talking about white people? I'm sorry how you took it.
No, I'm sorry for how, put it this way. I'm sorry for how it made you feel.
Yeah.
Is that unreasonable?
You goddamn passive-aggressive white bastards.
I have the worst fucking. I can't judge this situation because I don't know that Colin that you know. I see this Colin.
Yes,
I don't know
this. There is. He's making up.
I don't know this creamy center of Colin. I just know.
Oh, I thought he was saying. I thought Anthony was like, no, I know you as a great guy, and so he's like, I know this cocksucker.
No, he doesn't know you. He doesn't know you.
I think he's on Patrice's side.
That could be hurt.
Right. I don't know Colin as a guy that can be hurt, especially by people like having fun. I don't know that.
Colin is very.
Colin's hard to read.
Colin is sensitive. More than
I didn't know you were that sensitive.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
There's been a couple.
I'm sorry you're sensitive.
There's times where.
Oh no! Now we're gonna have to get your mom involved too, Aaron.
You'll do something to Colin sometimes and not realize you did it because he can be hard to read. Where you don't know, like I think if I hurt somebody, I usually know it. But like this time, it happened with me and you, and I didn't know.
Now what happened with Jimmy? Let me hear.
I really didn't know.
Let me hear which one this is.
But I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying. Colin doesn't, and he's super. he's a prodigy when it comes to sizing people up quickly.
Yeah.
And so you are always on the defensive with Colin. So who knows when he's fucking hurt?
What could you have possibly said, though, that hurt him in that situation where you're at the cellar and you're just going back and forth?
He just was hurt, but he would not submit to the fact that he can be sensitive and insecure and hurt at a time, and I heard him and didn't fucking know it.
I had
remember something.
Hold on, I had a thing. Me and you were sitting there. It was a silly thing. When we were busting each other's balls about something, I was on my phone, and Colin was, I think, talking about a situation with work, like a stand-up thing that kind of bothered him. And I think he felt like
you weren't taking it seriously because you're multitasking.
Just being an asshole, but I think he thought that I was really disregarding what he was saying or not caring about
you
something.
Were.
But in the way we interacted,
yes, you were.
But I didn't realize it was bothering you. Like
that's one of the worst things you could do.
No. But like in the way that we don't care about each other. Like if I knew something really bothered him, like he was really being affected by it, I would have taken it differently.
Yeah.
But I remember not knowing at the time.
Could you see Kirk on the communicator while Spock's dying in that glass room? No. But telling a sincere fucking speech.
I asked Colin, do you want to ride home that night? And he was like, no. And he just kind of left.
Oh, shit.
And a couple of times I saw him after that. We didn't really talk. And I asked him one time on the stream, like, are you pissed off? Like, I didn't know he was pissed off at me. And he told me he was, and he thought that was fucked up. But I said I was sorry. I'm like, I didn't realize that you took it
I'm sorry that you got upset.
No, but I said I didn't. I was saying I was sorry. I didn't know.
I love the apology now. I'm sorry you were hurt.
But let me say real quick, Anthony.
Yeah.
We all submit. We had this bizarro world Rat Pack that we all of us, man. Not saying this in an arrogant way. We all submitted to Colin as the Frank Sinatra. We submitted to we love Colin as our leader, dude. That's what we looked at him
I never
as.
Doubted that. It was obvious. Yeah.
But it just we just weren't like that.
And that's not. And it's not just because he's like a lot older
than everybody else.
But you guys bust my 2 cents. You guys bust balls so much. I never know.
There's collateral damage.
I
once
never
in a
know when you
while.
guys are
You
serious.
don't realize.
You know what's coming through now? Shut the fuck up, Sammy Davis Jr.
And I can't see out of one eye, by the way.
Yeah, and if the hotel didn't let you stay in it, I'd still stay there.
After all these years, I don't know that you guys take anything seriously.
Once in a
So
while
then when
you
it
do.
does happen, you get really confused.
Yes, this has turned into an intervention.
Because I don't know.
I'm very happy about it.
I didn't know.
But you guys are all the same when it comes to this.
All of this would be legitimate. But I was at the table with a bunch of other comedians. They're the ones that go, wow, this is way out of fucking line.
Oh,
not me.
Wanda
That's what I'm trying to say. We work that table every day for fucking years.
Exactly.
This motherfucker's made.
How did it get over the line? Like, where's the fucking line?
Exactly.
When Wanda says something and Manny says something, because Manny only
No,
and
it
Manny
was-
died. Manny
he
died.
was-
So this is no disrespect to Manny, but this is the story. Manny, let me tell
Is
you.
this his boring ass teeth story again? People are bored by that story. It was 8 years ago.
Colin, listen. Colin is the one that kind of brought me in to the group. They didn't like me at the Cellar. Colin saw we the same motherfucker. And Colin brought me into
I'm like
that.
you. Me and you were the same.
Colin, I wasn't a part of that. I never was a part of that whole shit. Colin brought me into that shit. So they kind of was like,
But we're the same. How did I get in
it?
if we're the same? How did I get in with them if we're exactly the same?
You're white.
Because I'm white.
And somehow,
I see. Yeah.
Colin's evil people like.
Right.
They don't like Nick's evil. Nick makes people go, Colin is some kind of sweet old, he's Archie Bunker somehow. People kind of tickle. Hey,
see,
Tommy,
this
I'm
guy doesn't
telling you.
understand.
No, I see
I
you.
do understand.
You and Nick, I see, as two completely different types of people.
Exactly.
It's very.
Nick's mean makes people go, I'm really afraid of Nick.
But I don't see Colin as being as mean as Nick.
No, Colin's mean. He has devised a way to be a mean guy.
That's what I spent my whole life doing. Trying to
treachery.
I've been exactly.
That's why
this is the most.
He's full of shit.
This is really horrendous. This has gone from bad to worse.
You're saying he's as mean as Nick DiPaolo?
He's sitting there with his fucking.
He's almost
Michael Jordan fucking mustache. Shave that fucking horrible mustache. That's the first thing I want to say.
Nick, he's good.
He looks like a fucking Newark riot fucking passerby from the 60s, and you're letting him talk.
Hold on.
Get out your
See,
mustache.
now, it's possible.
When I was a little kid, he used a pork pie hat.
I'm letting you know right now I'm hurt.
That's awful.
This is mean and it's hurtful, and I'm not dealing well with
We're getting
this.
things done here today. This is good. We're patching shit up, I think.
Oh my gosh,
it's horrible.
I just don't know how you guys would be sitting at a table. I don't know what you guys could possibly say that would hurt him.
I mean, let's be honest. Even on Tough Crowd, Frank Sinatra, you think everybody in the Rat Pack sat there going, Frank Sinatra, shut up. Your legs stink. Shut up. We're running the show. And I just sit there and take it because that's how it is.
Right. Yeah.
But you can't tease each other as much as we have over the years and not occasionally get hurt
Step over the
feelings.
line.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
He's
part
got
of what
his
we
feelings
do.
hurt. He's got his feelings
We
hurt.
all
I got
have.
my hair. Everybody
We all have.
does.
I would think the other way around, like you do it so much that no one would take it seriously.
Once in a while you hit
Everybody-
the Achilles without meaning to.
But then
Everybody
one time,
does.
all of a sudden, it's real.
Yeah.
That's got to be confusing in
It
their
is a little
circle.
confusing.
Because
It has to be.
It is, but I don't know, like that. I'm the fucking focal. Everybody gets offended all the fucking time, and I'm just today's my day.
But
I'm
you
just
didn't say that. You didn't even say it like that.
So you guys still hate each other, obviously.
Oh boy.
I don't like Colin. What's wrong with you?
Patrice O'Neill at Caroline's, by the way. Tonight through the weekend, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. That'll be a good show.
I don't think we have to sell that show.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Caroline.
Friday and Sunday,
Saturday,
maybe.
and Sunday.
'Cause they don't get bonuses on Saturday because the clubs don't give you any extra money. If
Saturday,
you sell
they
out on
figure
Saturday,
sell anyway.
they feel like they put in a fucking dancing.
So we need to sell out
swirl.
Friday so you get a little
is that what they
pocket
do?
money,
Friday,
right?
Sunday. Come on now.
Let's
And
go
Saturday,
with Friday
Sunday.
then. Go tonight to see
I refuse.
Patrice.
I refuse. This is at the end of the day. I refuse to let Colin make me feel bad because I know me. I did not mean to hurt Colin.
Yeah,
and I apologize for it.
I
then.
can't.
He did apologize. He said, "I'm sorry you took it that way."
Sometimes we
That's
hurt
a
each
total
other.
apology.
I don't think Patrice would
very
purposefully.
sincere.
I'm
I don't
sorry
think
how you-
Patrice would
So
purposefully
Patrice
hurt
was
you.
obviously the downfall
No.
of Tough Crowd.
Oh shit!
No,
Fucked up the whole
now
chemistry.
you just fucking said something that
Fucked
hurt
up the whole
Patrice.
chemistry.
When you hurt each
fucking hurt
other,
Look,
Patrice.
Colin is nodding.
you never mean to hurt. You never mean to hurt each other.
No,
But if
I
I hurt
couldn't.
somebody's feelings, it's always like I very rarely would go out of my way to hurt my chick's feelings. But sometimes I got to say sorry I did that, because it's like. If I'm
My
only
chick?
sorry you took it that way, well, yeah, I want it to sound cool in front of the guys.
He's got
I'm single.
fucking point that
But no, he's right. I want it to sound kind of cool and manly, like in this
He is an
discussion.
insufferable
But you guys-
prick.
This is what Colin does.
But you all do it. You guys are
No.
fucked up.
We all do
You
it.
all do it. I'm sorry.
We're comedians.
And then you are
And
hurt.
then we get our feelings hurt.
Hold on. In that circle, then you are hurt,
Yeah.
and then you want to be brave enough
Yeah.
to say you hurt me with that, and then the
Yeah.
guy will slam you back like, stop being
It's
a
funny
faggot.
to hear the two most emotionally dead zeros I've ever met in my life arguing over who cried harder in terms of endearment. Fucking faggots.
But then you're scared to bring it up because you're going to get slammed even harder.
Sure.
Like your world is confusing. I'm
just
glad
one of
this has
those-
come up. I've
Yeah.
never seen anything like it before in my life. That circle, of you guys.
Of course, it's the same as any job.
But
you think
that's why
cops,
Tough
if a
Crowd
cop
is
goes
so
to a dead
amazing,
body, he
dude.
goes, "Hey, that's horrible." The other
Right.
cops are going to go, "Oh, come on, you fucking."
I really
man."
truly thought
Same
nothing
shit.
affected you guys.
No
You
way.
never get your
That's
feelings
why
hurt.
Tough Crowd was the shit, because it was legitimate,
Right.
motherfuckers, man.
Right.
That's what I say about, if you want, it was legitimate.
7 years later,
Fucking awful,
Patrice,
motherfucker.
7 years later, Colin's still bringing up the leg comments. That hurt him.
The what?
The leg
About his
comments when he
awful
would wear
legs.
the shorts.
These guys weren't even bad. No, Patrice didn't even make fun of my legs, really.
Colin.
It was Norton and
Yes.
Little Kev. Little Kev goes, "You look like a deer."
Yeah, but the funny part was one time when Kevin Hart was on and Colin goes, "Now, hold on, guys, let me talk to Kevin his native language."
That's awesome.
He was a Bush person.
Colin, if Tough Crowd came back today, would Patrice be on it? Or,
Of course.
All right.
See?
So there you go.
That's
all you
it.
need to know.
Not even a second of consideration.
Well, because it still seems like a real thing here.
It's because we didn't do this. That's
Right.
why. It's
Well, you
it's
brought
long.
who brought the mom into the thing?
My mother was with me. That's
Oh,
all.
so
She
just
was
one of those
visiting, and she
things.
came
All
up
right.
and we talked, and Colin. Here's what that in the room. In the room, basically, it was
the summit.
It was basically, like, hey, we do the show, and I'm like, yeah, and he got good, and it was basically, Just
oh no, Colin.
It was just
You really are deluded.
No, it was more. It wasn't even. We didn't.
They
even,
came into the exactly. No, it's just like he said. They walked in the room, and I said, kind of like humbly, "Hey, will you do the show?"
Do you see?
And he said, "Yes."
No,
and I was like,
that's not what
okay,
I'm saying,
thanks.
man. Fucking
That's what
asshole.
you just said.
It's
Everybody heard you
Listen,
say it.
man. Don't force me to be completely.
Oh shit!
Understandable right now.
Please.
I'm trying to remember this at the same. It's more or less we never even said. We never ended it in the room. We ended it as just adult men who said, "All right, let's end it."
Whatever.
And we ended it.
Let's.
And I said I would love to do
beat it down.
And he's like,
All right,
I would love you to do it. That's what I'm saying.
Let me ask-
It wasn't like.
Let me ask Jimmy, who's close to both of you. What's going on here?
Colin is at times more sensitive than you think he's going to be. And Patrice has a thing when he's teasing people. His thing is, look, you know me. We know each other. So if you get hurt in the meantime, I didn't mean to hurt you. You should know I'm just being me.
But that's hard to
like
read
Patrice is not
sometimes.
good at saying I'm sorry for what I did. His thing is, I didn't realize I was hurting you, so I should be admonished or forgiven for it. And Colin's thing is, like, he's a little bit easier hurt than people would think, and he doesn't tell you
Thank you,
when he's
Dr.
hurt.
Norton.
But I'm telling you, that's what it is. But we're all the same way. I'm the same way, too. I've had the argument with Patrice, and I've had the fucking arguments with Colin. And when you behave that way with each other, you just at times throw a real punch. Sometimes don't realize it was a real punch. And instead of saying, "Hey man, I'm sorry I punched you," we say, "Hey, I'm sorry you didn't move your head out of the way of that punch."
What's the thing
No, wait a minute.
Okay.
That's
I'm
all
kinda
true.
like
Except
that.
I don't say I'm sorry you didn't move your head away. I go, I'm sorry.
All right,
I
yeah,
said,
you
I'm
know
sorry.
what?
I was out of line.
I will say, Colin,
That's what I say.
Yeah, he is better at that. Yeah, true.
This son of a bitch just said, and nobody. I want to replay. I want to replay him describing our summit because in both scenarios, it was him going, "Okay, I'll come back to the show."
Man,
It was me
Here's what I
begging
wanted to say.
on Patrice.
Okay, if it came off like
return.
that, if it came off like that, I'm sorry. I'm saying
look at
that we
If
we
it came off
never,
like that.
we didn't have.
He had to add the if.
It was just that I'm sorry.
He didn't add it. He said it first.
You gotta make
This
Colin's
motherfucker is
point.
passive aggressive.
There's always an if. There's always
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
Oh, Lord. What are you sorry
put it this
for?
way.
Your behavior?
We did
No.
not. I can't. We didn't have this
about, I'm
conversation in that
sorry?
room. In that room, we didn't have this conversation. We didn't. It didn't exhume itself. It was basically. He's like, I got over being mad enough at you to invite you to do this show because you are a part of the crew, but it's still that feeling like I'm still. Fuck you, Patrice. But I'm.
With that feeling was in your
showing-
fucking head.
He was showing
I had you on
me.
the show as much as anybody, as much as I could.
I'm saying
all
in
I
that
did was tell
room.
anybody this
In
guy's
that
amazing.
room. In that room. That's what I'm saying. In that room, it didn't. This didn't happen. It was no emotion. You gotta
What
understand.
the fuck? We screamed for 45 minutes. What the fuck was
In
supposed
that
to do?
room?
Yes.
No.
With you and your mom.
Dude, we did
You
it.
and your mom. Half the people on my
listen,
staff
Colin,
said what was going on. We thought he was killing you in there.
no.
We were screams the whole time.
Colin sat
like
on the edge.
the bunker scene in that fucking downfall.
He just doesn't like.
Colin sat
Did he
on the
hang
edge.
out?
He sat on the edge of the table like Orson Welles, and he fucking sipped his coffee and took deep breaths. He's an asshole with his windowless office that he had.
Oh, all right.
But just listen to what a couple of fucking jerks arguing over 8 years ago who didn't say sorry first. He brings his mommy to a discussion with this fucking jack off. What a couple of creeps.
And how sad is it that you had an office without a window, Colin? I thought you were a big star. No window for Colin. Patrice would have hung you out that window by your ankles, so thank God you didn't have a fucking
There was
window.
never a time that. The only time, there was never a time even in the whole thing where I didn't love Colin. I love Colin.
And I love Patrice.
That's it.
I
That's all it is.
don't doubt it.
What do we do now?
I'm still amazed that you can. I'm still just amazed you could even hurt each other a little bit.
You want to shug it out?
Would think it.
Shug it out?
I'm trying to think of a context where I would be like hurt. Aside from some things Otto said.
Wait a minute.
On my answering machine the
I'll
other
tell you the time
day.
Patrice got mad at me because he thought on Tough Crowd I had done something. I don't remember what it was, but you thought my motives for doing it were to make you look bad on the show. I was just being an ass.
Oh my God!
No. But it was like we would tease each other on the show. Shut up, you idiot! That hack. But I did something. I don't even remember what it was. Where he thought that I was really trying to make him look bad. And I was not. And I was like, do you think I would really try to make you look bad on like, we're friends, I wouldn't do that. But sometimes you do things to each other, and for whatever reason, something's lined up wrong, where it comes off like you meant it differently. Like, I don't remember what the instance was.
So again,
but I think our favorite part of that was your reenactment of the show. Shut up, you hack.
Well, but I'm saying, we say mean shit to each other. We say mean shit to each other that comedians never like to say to each other on TV.
That's right.
And
nobody likes to say what we say to each other.
Well, they love it, but no one ever says that kind of stuff to each. Comedians don't say that shit to each other. But I said done something that he just thought I was trying to make him look bad for real.
I like how many skirts the show pulled up. That's what I love.
Wow.
I just loved.
I
loved. This is what I fucking loved about Tough Crowd. One of the discussions between us all the time, but the comics who would come on, and you would go, this dude is for real, and this dude got his skirt pulled up. This guy is really a funny dude that does comedy. This guy is a fucking
writer.
Lame.
Is a writer.
A lame, and that's what I love. Exposing the fucking people who just weren't funny, dude.
And the door slam and the fucking would bother people. Asking
because
on the
Norton,
road.
Here's why Norton is so funny. Because he would literally, he's not big. If a big guy, who's fucking muscular guy, slams the door on somebody's face, it's like Norton was small, these guys, and they would just be talking to him, and he'd just let the door go. And he'd be still in the middle of a sentence, and you'd see their face start to get fucking furious.
But that's
as they realized, and
hilarious.
suddenly the door
so juvenile,
slammed.
But I would hear the howls of laughter from him or Nick or
Of
Keith,
course.
and the one guy not laughing. But guys like Colbert, who's a funny, loved it. Certain comedians loved it, and other comedians
Greg Proops,
who didn't like it.
Go ahead.
Jeff Garland got a little annoyed, but not too much.
Oh,
but I like Jeff.
That other guy that does all those.
Hal Sparks got really mad.
Hal Sparks.
He got really pissed off.
Yeah, a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah,
it's a good test. But wait a minute. Let's not make this all about comedians.
Yeah.
Because first of all, that's not what I love about the show, is trashing on the fucking comedian. What I like about the show is that we would fucking expose people trying to please the crowd. Like, there was no crowd pleasing allowed. Like, if somebody got up there and tried to say, well, I think that...
pontificating, yes.
Or they just say a statement that's sort of mildly amusing, but, like, everybody has to agree.
Ugh. Yeah.
I mean,
Stop
nobody's
the
more...
clapping.
This son of a bitch was like a fucking cleanser. He'd go, and then
you kind of do that, Patrice.
And you go, what?
In pain.
And you go, what, Patrice? And then he fucking destroyed him for like 15 minutes.
Right. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah.
But and also the fucking the beauty of something bombing, and not only would the other comedians not fake laugh, like it had to. I did one time. We had to submit our Act 3s, where my joke was something about a Pac-Man going waka waka waka, and Colin read it.
Oh no!
Knew it was gonna bomb, and made them let me keep it.
Just let it go.
So I did it, and it got a fucking like a 1, and Colin goes, let him think about what he just said.
That's fucking brilliant.
See, that's brilliant, though.
I love that shit.
Yeah, we had fun.
You gotta be brave to allow that shit to
We had
happen.
fun, man. Yeah. No applause. I used to hate. I used to say,
Listen,
look, stop applauding.
We do have to take a break, and Otto from Otto and George is outside to say hi.
Otto here?
I want to say this: tough crowd clips are all over YouTube.
Yeah.
There's probably a bunch of people out there who never
making money
checked them
off
out.
of those royalties, checks.
Yeah, but why
rolling
not?
in from
There's no
YouTube.
reason that show can't be back on.
And why
on
not
network.
let the
There's
people
no
see the
reason.
chemistry, man? It was an amazing
Dirt
fucking
cheap
show.
to make, fucking dirt cheap to make.
Right.
Everybody, it wasn't about people like, oh, the comedians would just insult each other. It's like, you fucking dummy. It was about friends kind of fucking just taking each other apart, and about the relationship between the comedians.
Why wouldn't you podcast that
It was
shit
about
for a little
friends
while?
and laughter and enjoyment.
Why wouldn't you
wouldn't I?
podcast it just for a little
Because
while?
you honestly think, and I hate to leave on this note, I'm going to give up my seat to Otto.
Where you going?
No. I got to go.
No, you don't.
Where?
Where?
I got to.
No.
Where?
I
People
have
are
a
going to think
workout.
that you're mad
You don't
again.
stop with your workout.
I have a workout at 10.
Fucking idiot. Go at 10:30. You're the boss.
People, listen to me.
People are going to
No,
think
you're
you're
not
mad.
the boss when you work out. Those guys charge you.
Well, you tell them 10:30.
Let me just say one thing.
You're
And
not
I don't
leaving.
want to leave on an ugly
You're not
note.
leaving because they're going to
When
think
is your
you're
gig?
upset.
Where's Otto going to sit? Where's George going to sit?
On your lap.
But here's the other thing.
Anthony, you said something.
If you think,
I?
Opie,
You said something bad.
that I'm going to go out of my way for free to corral these cocksuckers to do fucking tough crowd on a podcast.
Fair
You're
enough.
sadly mistaken.
Fair enough.
That was. I still watch
Fair
those
enough.
clips though, and they're the best of the part 1, 2, and 3. There was some fucking hilarious.
What, it's on YouTube, is that?
Yes.
All right.
But
Go
the
for
monologues
best of
were
clips.
fucking great. Oh, the act 3s were fucking fun.
They really
Did
are.
anyone before you go?
You should probably kill yourself.
We don't want you to go or anything, but before you do go, well, yes. Did anybody say anything that was out of line here today?
Come on.
No, see, Colin, where you go? Now you just fucked it up.
Hey, Patrice O'Neal's going to be at Caroline's tonight. Two shows, Patrice.
Got my
One show Sunday.
But tonight is the night. We got to sell this
tonight.
shit out tonight so Patrice gets a little pocket money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, they get bonuses, but I just like it to look good.
Yeah. It'll look good.
Of
course. You're a big star.
We all have egos. It's
Did
stake.
Fame call?
Yeah.
Fame call yet, Patrice?
He's checking it right now.
Fame?
Oh, it rang.
People always want to
And
know.
I said hello,
It
and
rang.
he said, what you doing? And I go, why? What's up? He goes, I might call you back.
Oh, okay.
No, here's what happened. Fame called, and Patrice went, what? And hung up on it.
or it was an unrecognizable number, and I go, hello? Yeah, is Patrice here? Who's this?
Who's this?
It's Fame. What? I was just checking to see if you was busy.
Yeah,
No, I'm not busy. And he goes, all right, we're going to get back to you. Just peek at the phone. Keep your eye out.
Are you willing to play the game a little bit with these people?
I tried. Something happened. I was doing radio, and we were talking about YouTube and the top YouTube videos, and they said, and the guy said, well, what would happen if the top YouTube video is the guy dancing the evolution of Danny Morrison?
Yeah.
Well, it's up there.
It's huge. It used to be number one forever, but not anymore.
And it was like, would you do that if you could get 150 million people to watch it? And I said I would start crying because I know I wouldn't. Like I would start to cry at the opportunity that I wouldn't take. Not just I want to badly. I'm trying. Dude. I'm getting better.
I'm trying
I catch
real
myself.
hard.
Here's why I fuck up real bad. Now I'm only down to fucking up on this show.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That means we're not going to see you.
That's not bad.
But no,
you might have to turn your back on us.
Somebody's going to force me to say no. A publicist.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go. Nah, those are my boys.
That's not the direction you want to. We want to go in.
I'm going to at least stay that. But the roast gave me a chance to
shut up.
I know, right?
Hi, Otto.
Thank you.
Hi, Otto. Saying what we're all thinking.
Chance to do me in a platform that was a little different from everybody, and I got to do a little bit of how I might be. So that might help. But I think Fame might call in about 6 months to a year.
Okay. So, Otto, wait, are you saying that you're not interested in the mea culpa? You don't want to hear it?
Mea culpa?
Actually, me hanging.
That means I'm guilty, right? In Latin?
No, it's kind of Patrice's mea culpa is him.
No, he was telling fucking Anthony to shut up when he sneezed. Why are you so mean?
I think telling Patrice to shut up.
Oh, you were telling Patrice to shut up.
No, I sneezed.
When somebody sneezes on a bus, I go, shut up. And then the next time they sneeze, I go, you're ruining everything.
You're ruining everything.
I find
I thought Otto was saying
to Patrice, Otto, you thought was the nicest guy? Are you got a message from him?
Just don't let him have a few
my friend
pops before he gets on the phone.
Kevin Bacco told a great story about you. He was a cameraman on a show that you did, I think, with Dave Attell. It was one of those Comedy Central things, and he said you were sitting down between shooting, and this the head of Comedy Central came down, and you read him the riot act about why he canceled Tough Crowd, and you were giving him shit like, have you ever made anybody laugh? Have you ever fucking stood in front of an audience and made a person laugh with your life? And then it's like the only reason you canceled Tough Crowd is because you couldn't control him, and you just fucking belittled this guy, and you were like,
don't say the head of it, that's Doug Herzog. I get a little slavey. Doug is like,
this is a long time ago.
I never said that to Doug Herzog.
It was probably a long time ago.
It was probably some fucking fucking douche who was
yeah,
a powerful minion.
Some underling.
Because I was probably hurt. I was really hurt about it.
But you were heroic to the way Kevin
Colin
told that story.
Let's find out who it was, though. It could have just been an intern.
Yeah.
Some guy fucking with a cup of coffee.
No, it was some underling.
I stopped
Colin needed to hear this before he left here all
that was
sad.
good, though.
I stopped attacking comics. I stopped a lot of stuff. I leave comics alone. I leave people that I don't know alone. It saddens me a little bit.
Yeah, you're
makes
growing up, I think.
Yeah, but it makes it less juvenile, which was what's making it really fun. And there's no more shut it up or screaming out my car window. It's just like, but when I come here, like, here's why I fuck up on this show. I tell stories and I say the name. That's why I still fuck up. Like, I'll just go.
I name names.
Yeah, I'll just go with this guy. Yeah. And I should go, well, we're nameless. I should be more political. I'm trying, though. But how bad can you go? I mean, what is it gonna? Come on, man.
You want a little fame, though. Play the game a little bit.
More
people need to see you.
He's playing.
All right. More people need to see you.
Yeah, I don't think
that's a compliment. Jesus.
No way.
Yeah.
You got a little bit.
Yeah.
You really do, unfortunately.
Play the game. Play the game, Marty. Yeah.
There's certain politics that are involved with it. You have to.
Do you play Otto?
Well, not really. I'm not good at that at all. I'm not good at that at all. I mean, no, not really. I mean, I try to be honest. I mean,
what is your issue? You think? Meaning what you think you could change in terms of how you approach the business, if you could go back, because probably might be too. You like
it's too late.
Well,
no,
like you paused there.
Yeah.
There was a pause. I was trying to be political
and not make it sound like that.
So it made it awkward. Where I go,
it was a weird pause after two.
Because Otto kind of was saying, I don't play the game.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you could play, what would you go? What would you adjust about yourself that you would go? I'm gonna do this where I didn't do it.
You mean if I could go back in time or from here forward?
Back in time, all the way up to here forward and on. Like,
well, I probably would have tried to go to L.A. when I was a lot younger and a little more photogenic. Maybe tried working clean so I can, maybe could add some of that Jeff Dunham cash. That would be all right.
Does that sicken you?
Yeah, people always try and get my fuck Jeff Dunham. I go, no, he's the top guy in my field. He's not what I do, but he's top guy, man. I can't say anything bad about him. He's a very talented guy. He's just not what I do,
Yeah.
I serve a purpose.
We absolutely liked him when he came in here. I didn't
a couple times.
I didn't think we were going to like him.
He's not a cornball.
Not at all. No, not at all.
He's not a cornball.
He's very edgy.
I used to work at the Comedy Connection in Boston.
Yeah.
And one night, he cursed out the club owner with the puppet, right? With the old man, like the douchebag, right? And he goes, hey, guys, to the audience. Hey, guys, let's just play a game called Raise Your Hand and let's count, right? So somebody would go 1, 2, the crowd, 3, till the whole crowd got to 325.
Jesus.
And he goes, I want my fucking bonus. Because they try to play him out. He's a fucking, I couldn't stop laughing. He's not a corny guy, dude.
No,
He's just,
I didn't get that impression.
The other thing is when I do radio, I tend to go long periods without saying anything, and I know that the object of radio is to just talk and be a chatterbox continually, and I'm always trying to think of the gem to throw out, so I'm a pretty shitty guest. I mean, there have been times when I sat here like a fucking statue for an hour trying to think of something funny instead of just throwing anything out there to fill up the time and make their job easier, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're killing this show, Otto.
Yeah.
You're just killing a different way, that's all.
Oh, thank you.
Otto's got, of course, his web show, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to that Comic-Con thing today to get some footage.
Yeah, he's going to Comic-Con, get some footage over
Jimmy,
there.
you going too?
Fucking freaks.
Are you going today or tomorrow?
Well, Chip does interviews, so he'll be doing some interviews
today.
Chip at TV.
Oh, cool.
Jesus.
How many times a year does Comic-Con happen?
Happens in different places.
Yeah,
San Diego once a year.
And then here in New York once a year.
Yeah.
It seems like
Karachi, they're starting.
Yeah.
And one in Jersey too. So we get Jersey and New York once a year each, right?
Like, what could I expect to meet? Like
weirdos,
really hot chicks.
Hot chicks?
No.
Sometimes there's hot chicks dressed like in those fucking
sci-fi, horror, B actors, stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of B movie actors.
I love that.
Yeah, they'll play bees or something.
Jesus Christ.
I love that.
Fuck.
Just getting warmed up.
Yeah, fucking great.
Where's it at? The Javits Center?
Yeah, the Javits Center. I got press passes and everything. I can film. I got a hot chick coming with me.
Oh, wow,
dressed
you got
as
press
Wonder
passes
Woman.
and everything.
Yeah. One of the piglets.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Access.
What is
that
it?
access?
With George or no?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to schlep that fucking prop around all day, man. I wish I was just a stand-up. It's such a pain in the ass.
He's not. To give you this, he's not the guy from Magic.
Yeah.
He's like, it's not his alter ego. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, where it's got to be around. He's telling what to do. He's just like, stay in the box. Leave me alone.
Fuck you.
I don't know. We've
Yeah.
seen some weird things with George over the years, reading newspapers and shit.
But that's a while ago.
And I
so.
don't even know if Otto was doing that for us. Or...
Oh yeah, I do it to create the illusion. You know,
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like people to think there's a subtext of the tortured ventriloquist.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Because that one day you were just talking to us.
Yeah.
And as we're talking to you, George was reading the newspaper.
We didn't know you that
and
well
you didn't
either.
you didn't even acknowledge it
No.
or anything.
Oh.
And it was the weirdest thing.
I got
It's
Anthony's
like,
attention. We're both
fucking
looking at
so
you like,
funny.
He's fucking his head's going back and forth. He's moving the pages, and you're just talking like nothing about the newspaper or anything.
No.
It was
Really?
so fucking funny though.
it was classic.
fuck.
Otto
Okay.
was sexy
Yeah.
as a boy too. I saw.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very, very molestable.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
He was a pretty boy, man.
I want to know how many times that fucking puppet got put down in the basement by an older man as he forced your young pants off. How many times did George on his side just witness you being raped?
Oh shit! Those eyes just stuck open and
Yeah.
I saw
looking
some old
sideways.
George pictures, man. I mean, and he's been. I mean, Otto. He's been doing it.
Yeah,
since he was a
your
kid.
whole life, right? Like
Yeah, since about 14.
shit,
yeah.
man.
Jesus.
So
Have you
I
ever
was-
done stand up without it? Have you
No,
tried?
aren't there enough stand-ups? No, I mean, plus
No. You said you get sick of it sometimes, so I'm wondering if
sick of carrying the equipment, you know, schlepping that. You know, like after a set, it'd be nice to just, go out to dinner with my friends. Instead, I got to, bring a fucking trunk into a restaurant. It's embarrassing, you know.
it is a little
But they
odd.
don't. You don't never just leave him there, leave him in the office.
At the club? Yeah, if I know the club owner and they promise to lock it up. But I still don't feel right because I know they're going to take it out and go, quack, quack, and then drop the head, and then that's $10,000 in
Why don't you put a
repairs.
lock on it? On the case that you can use
I
sometimes.
threw the lock away because they snap it open at the airport. They have to have access to the trunk at the airport, and they just fucking broke the lock on me. So I had to get.
Oh,
a
and
new
you
trunk.
check your bag and lock it. Yeah, yeah.
No, not trying to be funny.
Yeah.
But isn't George small enough to just put in a carry-on
Well,
or a
I-
fucking knapsack?
I could take the head off
expensive.
and just carry that on because the head is really the expensive part. But then it's a Joe Pesci movie at that point. I'd rather
bad Joe
just
Pesci
insure it
movie.
and hope that it arrives wherever I'm working.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if your bag gets lost, then what do you do?
Has that ever happened?
Has it never?
Yeah. Coming back from Canada, they fucked up and they mailed it somewhere else. So I had to stay overnight in Cleveland, and it was a nightmare.
But never for a show, though.
No. That never happened so far. But
What would you do?
What did I do?
What would you do if the puppet didn't
Grab
come?
a sock.
Yeah.
Fucking
Some
hide
eyes
my
on it.
hotel room and get the next flight home. I couldn't do anything.
You can't do that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you
go
need the-
do Jay Moore's act. I don't know.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah. So when is the
They
show
still didn't give me a
premiere?
fucking air date. I got cards. This is the information for the pig roast.
Throw them around.
Can we see it?
2 diamonds, ace of clubs. Let them know who did this.
Can we
stop
see it?
throwing these cards badly? Just give me one.
Fling it.
Can we get it on? Can we see it now?
Sorry.
Some of it.
Yeah, you can see a trailer, but
Yeah, the trailer looks
sometime
great.
in November.
Is
it'll
it
be there.
Smashbox TV?
I had
Pigroast.tv.
I had on Jimmy McMullen twice. The rent's too damn high. He's a great
Oh
guest.
yeah, he's a fucking
I had
lunatic.
Jimmy on.
We had him on.
Pigroast.tv.
What's the concept?
What's the theme of the show? It's like Jay Leno, except you can curse. I do sketches. We have hot chicks dancing, like really hot chicks dancing. We got a band. And then we're doing some we're doing a Monday. We're shooting this spoof of To Catch a Predator, so that's going to be a quick 5-minute.
Have y'all had that
sketch.
son of a bitch on since he got caught cheating?
Oh yeah, right.
Nah, we haven't had him on in a while though.
Yeah.
It was before that. We haven't even had him on. Yeah.
I love
when he got
that piece of shit.
He got
even
caught,
though,
huh?
even though like
That garbage.
it ain't like he got caught touching kids, but still,
no.
he's
I
a
love
fucking
him.
self-righteous
But
ass.
A
crack.
bit hypocritical.
You know,
now.
if he was doing a show on cheating,
right?
Child rapist.
Yeah.
He just got caught cheating on his
Right,
wife.
and so that's the thing. But he's just you just a catching motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's a catching you doing stuff guy.
Yeah, catching you doing it, right.
Yeah.
And he got caught.
He got caught. That's all.
I love the way you took McFarlane down a peg. I watched I watched your set like 4 times. I thought it was brilliant.
Thank you, man.
Oh man, it was
Thank you.
great. It was so fucking funny. It was great. It was like it seemed like you had shit prepared, and then you just went off. It was great. And that Jezelnik, I'm not even gonna learn your stupid fucking name. I'm done learning goofy fucking names. He goes to this funky ass fucking business. I'm not gonna learn it. It was fucking great. No straight man writes that many show tunes. He was so.
Oh yeah, that's
It was
right.
great, and you need a Hanner, a Barbera to beat the shit out of you. That was brilliant.
You don't have a
That was
partner.
brilliant.
You don't have a Barbera.
That was brilliant.
You got no Barbera.
Oh man,
Smack you out of your fucking.
that was.
He got an
fucking-
album out now.
that
Jesus,
was, that was great, man.
enough of you.
That was great.
More Stewie.
Yeah. That was funny as shit, man.
Thank you.
I
Man.
watched that a dozen times. Just your set. Everybody else sucked. But I had to watch what Shatner said because I didn't understand why you called him a racist old white man. So I had to watch his segment just to see what he had said. That was great.
What did he say again? I forget.
Projects. He just used projects and me,
Right.
Oh,
my family.
Oh, great. Jesus Christ.
Some keywords.
nothing too hurtful.
He's
Some
old
racist
school.
keywords.
But
He's old school.
He was tremendous.
He was in here last week. He's great. Man.
He was tremendous. He was so good. I thought, and I just
What
got a
about
sense of
Tyson?
humor.
Does he still look like he could kill everybody in the room if he had to?
dude. It's something. He's not a decrepit old dude. He's like an 80-year-old beast.
Yeah.
That just he still looks. He for real. He just looks like he's
not
got
even that
another
old.
20
I was
years.
asking about Tyson.
Easy, huh?
No, yeah, I was asking
About
Mike
Tyson,
Mike
yeah.
Tyson. Does he still look like very dangerous or?
Tyson is Tyson is. I don't agree with when people call anybody who fights for a living a bully. He's not a bully in the ring.
He's a fighter.
But I think he's street, and I think he's a thug.
Dangerous.
I think he's a thug. In a not in a white judging way, but he truly was a street guy.
Yeah.
Because he sized me up. He just saw my size.
Oh yeah.
Saw I was black. And
that's right. You said something like he was checking out how sturdy you were.
He just was checking
Right.
my base.
Right.
To see how easy it would be to just where he would punch me and I would fold up.
He just has to know.
He
has to
couldn't
know
help
everyone
himself.
in the room, and especially a big black guy.
Yeah.
He's got to know that where he stands.
It was natural.
If he has
And
to
that's what
deck
you do. That's just what you do when you size people up and that's
Could you
what he
imagine being punched by him in his prime in the
my
face?
God.
Even now,
did. Just
Even
now.
when he's 90 in a wheelchair,
That
he can
big
still
meat
fracture your
fist just
jaw.
going into
And
his face.
he's a much. I don't know how nice he was or anything. I don't know him, but he's a much easier. He's a lot more fun loving.
Mellowed with age, I think.
he just makes
Yeah,
people
yeah.
fun loving.
You wouldn't even feel it if he hit you. Literally, your lights would just go out. If he hit you square in the jaw, you'd just go out.
Yeah.
Nice
You'd wake
short.
up
and it wouldn't be about boxing. I think if you grabbed him, he would flip you over. I think Mike Tyson could probably just fight.
Not even have to punch you. He could
And
just
not even just like he's going to sit there and box you. Like you try to grab him and he'll know how to fucking flip you and kick
Right.
you.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson will whoop your
style
ass.
and technique.
You know?
Unless you know how to wrestle.
Kenny, we're getting out of here.
We're going to start a weekend.
What time
that's
you
what we
going
do.
to the Comcan? Right away?
Comcan?
What's it called?
Comical Con. Comical Con.
Comical
Con, yeah.
Comical Con?
Yeah.
Okay.
Comical.
I have October 20 through 22, Pittsburgh Improv. November 3 through 5, Stress Factory, New Brunswick for me. And November 11 and 12, I'll be in Long Island at the Brokerage Comedy Club.
Are you getting your bonuses in Pittsburgh?
I don't know. Why? I've never had a situation with them. Why?
No. I'm saying, are you hitting bonuses?
I won't even know till I'm there. I have no idea.
Can I say the name of my pig roast again?
Yes.
www.pigroast.tv on Bashbox TV.
And the trailer looks great. Right?
Coming in November. Thank you,
Looks
Lope.
great.
Thank you, Lope.
Oh yeah.
Is this big time?
Great.
This is big. Is fame calling Otto?
It's internet. I don't know. It could go big. I'm hoping.
Otto, a little
it-
this.
I'm what?
Little of this.
So far, I haven't made a nickel. This is a work of love. But I'm 25% owner of the show. So if it makes any money, we'll see. We'll see.
Internet's the wave of the future, my friend.
I hope so, man.
I think it is.
I'm old and
In some
liable
way,
to
shape,
give
or form.
out.
Fuck waiting these. fuck waiting these guys to call you.
Yeah.
Do it
Yeah.
yourself.
It's
See
one
what
of
happens.
those things. It's
Oh,
just.
we're gonna try the Johnny Ola murder on Big A because you know how they do
Johnny Ola.
the Mythbusters. It doesn't look like you could snap somebody's neck with a wooden hanger. That fucking bottom part is pretty frail.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm gonna try and murder Big A on the
like
next show.
Johnny Ola.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if that'll work.
Otto's a huge fan of
Was
Big
it
A.
Johnny Ola was
Huge.
killed with the hanger, or he killed somebody?
He was killed with it.
It was
Yeah.
it was the bodyguard, the old man bodyguard.
Yeah, the guy
that
that never
didn't even have a
smiled.
name.
Yeah.
Was it
he was just
Rocco
like the-
Lampone or no?
Yeah. The bodyguard? I don't remember, but when they told Michael your bodyguard is dead, he had no reaction. Just went, so what'd you get my kid for Christmas? It's like, no feeling.
I'm glad I'm here with movie aficionados.
Yes.
Here's a quick before you go. 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Godfather question.
Yeah.
Original Godfather.
Okay.
How did? And this is not a quiz, but how did the father? Don Corleone.
Don Corleone.
How did he know after that meeting when he said, I did not know to this day that it was
Barzini.
Barzini? How did he know what happened in the meeting for him to know that it was Barzini the whole time? I knew he said it and he figured it out, but what instance happened for you to go back and go, oh, this is what happened for him to know?
That was probably the one question everyone
I think it was him, the way Barzini manipulated the meeting and ran the meeting and made it happen. I think the Barzini he was just a smart guy,
And he
Don
was too
Corleone.
agreeable.
And he was like
he was too agreeable.
he was too agreeable.
And he said
sensed
a
it.
refusal is not the act of a friend.
Yeah.
If he has them, he must share them.
Yeah.
And I think that was probably it. It was probably that subtle way he led that meeting and got Don Corleone to concede his point that he had been fighting with Tattaglia about, and I think that's what
so
he knew.
it was never a moment. It just was an overall theme.
It was,
perceptive,
it was
yeah.
a mobster hunch
he
that
was
he
a smart
knew
guy.
from growing up. Watch The Godfather 2.
And plus,
You see what he did,
because he could
those
charge for
guys
such
tell you
services.
just on a maybe that you
On a
did
maybe,
something.
right.
You know, better.
I didn't know till this day. Well, I kind of know.
Yeah,
fuck him anyway.
Yeah, he didn't pass the ketchup that one time, so fuck, he had to go.
Why take a chance?
But he said he goes
That's a
he
good
could charge
question,
for
though.
these services. We're not communists. I think just the way he led it and made it happen.
Yeah.
Tipped him off.
All right, good enough. That helps me to watch it again.
And wanted the drugs done. I think it also said that Barzini wanted the drugs sold.
Yeah.
Because I think that
Some real greaseball shit.
he might have thought that Barzini would side with him on no drugs.
Right.
But when Barzini said that indicated that he was on the side of the drugs being sold.
Yeah.
But didn't
that's
he kill?
true.
But
That's
didn't
true,
they kill
yeah.
everybody anyway? They wound up killing
Michael
everybody,
did.
right?
Michael did,
did.
and he
Michael
knew he
did,
could
yeah.
make that swear that oath,
Don
and Michael would do it. He
Yeah.
knew Michael would do it.
Yeah, Don Corleone didn't have
Even
to do it.
Strachey, who I have no idea who the fuck that was.
Strachey, when he tells them,
Yeah.
Strachey.
Who's
Strachey.
that?
What?
Like
Me, I
dry
thought he was all
cleaner.
itchy and stuff.
Like dry
Scratching.
cleaner. Who the fuck is Strachey?
I'll bet he's
Strachey's going through the names, and you hear Strachey, you're like, who?
Who?
The
Yeah.
fuck was Strachey?
Yeah, he probably killed him when it was his head or something. Right?
So it was no definitive thing that happened then.
No.
No, I don't think there was
All right.
one moment where
No,
they it wasn't such a blatant thing. I think it would have been corny if it was this blatant,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
haha,
Well-
where he looked and curled his mustache and his fingers.
Yeah, like he had his fingers crossed when he went, the pieces. Yeah.
When Michael found out Fredo did it, it was kind of a moment of dun dun, like that happened.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh shit, like it was like,
Right.
Yeah.
he fucked up, he lied. So I thought it was like maybe a moment there where he
Johnny
fucked
Ola
up.
took me here.
Oh,
Johnny
what
Ola
an,
showed
what
me.
an asshole Fredo is.
Yeah.
No, we never met. I never, no. And then like 5 minutes later, me and Johnny Ola.
Yeah, I know.
Johnny comes
Fucking
here all
dumb
the time.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Fucking dummy beluga whale far-headed fuck.
Then Michael kissed him. I was like, what, are you still getting fresh?
All right. It's fucking Friday. I ain't putting up with this shit.
Hey, Patrice is going to be at Caroline's tonight. Let's all go and check out Patrice, all right? And Otto, thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely.
The pig roast is going to do very well for you.
Oh, I'm going to call you and not get you not pick up and not have to call me back.
I fucking explain myself.
Explain yourself.
The fuck? We handled that off air.
Why don't you just say sorry?
Look, I'm sorry you get upset when I don't pick up the phone.
Why don't you just say sorry? Why don't you just say sorry?
Patrice at Caroline's tonight. See you guys Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you.